jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Man, that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
Once again, thanks for tuning in. You're listening to World Combat Sports. What's good and who do I see in the building? The one and only Destiny Black. What is good, Queen? How you feeling? She say, thank you, World Combat Sports, for the shout out. That was mad dope. Hey, no problem. I'm just showing love, man, because you know what you said made a whole lot of sense. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Destiny Black in the building. Appreciate you pulling up for the first time. You know what I'm saying? Tuning in to World Combat Sports. Appreciate you. Speaking of what she's mentioning, it was just the whole fact that I was watching the live when she was on another panel. And, you know, the whole hoopla and everything that goes into, you know, there's Terrence Crawford, but Errol Spence type of deal. People say the same thing all the time. So when it comes down to just talking about the boxers in general, we always going to have our opinions. We definitely going to push those opinions on what we feel. But one common denominator when it comes to Errol Spence, it just seems like he can do nothing wrong. So when all this traffic was coming, you know, towards Destiny, you know, she said some shit on a panel full of people who I respect as far as their boxing knowledge, and pretty much put the disclaimer out there, you know, he's the most popular nigga on planet Earth. We get it. You know what I'm saying? And that goes without saying, because when you keep on acting like a fighter is perfect and there's nothing wrong with him, that's the statement right there. That's the disclaimer. That's the banner. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's the most popular one out there. And, you know, good job on basically stapling down the fact about these PPV numbers that they're not really fact checked unless they, you know, they're trying to say that they're entering the top 10 or they're breaking records. That's when they actually scrutinize it, pay attention to detail to really give, you know, the boxing fans a value of what the PPV numbers was. So you made a good point. So good to the fact that it was very limited responses on that shit. It was almost zero response to what she said about the fact check. You know, because when it was said that one thing I know for sure, that Errol Spence does more numbers. Oh my God, it was over. He said it's childish bullshit, dog. I agree. It's childish, man. She pretty much said that's why I don't like talking about this shit. It's childish. We in elementary. You know what I'm saying? We still talking about butts in the seats. Grown ass man is talking about butts in the seats when it comes to two combat practitioners fighting. You know what I'm saying? We talking about butts in the seats when it comes to these two. I'm tired of hearing it. You know, salute Queen for getting it in on a panel for the men, on a panel with the topic of boxing. And one of the hottest topics is Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. And you held your own and stood in your spear. And, you know, you didn't relinquish that shit for nobody. But it's only going to get more difficult until this fight happens, because now you're going to have people repeating what you said. And those individuals who it was said to are going to be pretty upset and agitated. You just coming on here repeating that Destiny shit. Get the fuck away from here. Somebody block him. Put him on timeout. But the most popular nigga on planet Earth, Spence fans, now you have something to put up as a hashtag. You know what I'm saying? You have a hashtag to put up, the most popular nigga on planet Earth, because when it comes down to breaking down Errol Spence's skill set, it's nothing. He is without blemish. God damn it! When they look at the canvas, when they look at the overall canvas as Errol Spence, freaking boxing critique, it's nothing they write on that motherfucker. If you say start off with the cons of Errol Spence, they're gonna look at each other. Huh? The cons? Shit, it ain't no cons. Shit, he perfect. Damn, his popularity, he put butts in the seats, yo. That nigga put butts in the seats. He's the most popular nigga on planet Earth, nigga. All right, nigga? He's the most popular nigga on planet Earth. We know that. So with that being said, we're talking about butts in the seats. CW said, "Hello, man, that PPV argument is so damn tired and annoying, and they don't even check to see who are the trusted sources. Like, why is the trusted sources too secret?" I totally get it, man. The trusted source, Destiny, is Mike Coppinger. What's the other guy's name? Mike Coppinger, and that one other guy's name, Mike Coppinger. Yeah, that's the trusted source. They wait for Mike Coppinger to come out with some news, or Keith Idec, bring in Keith Idec or Mike Coppinger, and then they say, "Oh, that's a trusted source," or they'll try to act like someone told them from within the organization, and that's what they base it off of. But we ain't buying that, Destiny. We ain't buying that shit. We're not buying the trusted sources, because pretty much, I know them fellas hate it. I know they hate it, but every time, if they don't edit the video, the panel will shut the fuck down. Period. I'm not trying to instigate anything. That's when I don't do that. But I told niggas about tag teaming over and over again when it comes to shit. That's not what I do. But I'm just sending flowers where they should go, that the panel got shut down on that topic. And there's no need for you to do no research, nothing. Because it's a lot of shit I'm going to talk about tonight that comes down to caveat off that to validate what she said. Because when it comes to the only arguments you have when it comes to Errol Spence's butts in the seats, then I need to ask you what my thumbnail is about. Andrew Charles on deck. What's good? My thumbnail is for those who keep bringing up this same folded page, right? It's almost like they have this page folded, and then the conversation go up, and then it's bookmarked, and they pull up this same page. Oh, look what he did against Mike. He doing 300K PPVs. So I'm looking back at his numbers, and I'm saying, okay, he's trying to push 60-40 with Crawford. It's all about the 60-40 numbers. So with Mikey Garcia, it comes down to, that was the first time he actually put 60% in the PPV shares. That's actually the first time that he pushed 60% for the PPV shares. Now, granted, Mikey Garcia was coming up from lightweight and had no PPV backing. He had no motherfucking PPV backing. He wasn't a PPV star, but he was a 4-weight champion, and that's what he had to offer. So, as I was saying to a group earlier, right? I'm saying, so who really did the 300K plus PPV buys? Because they put it on Errol Spence because he won. Now, that's not what you do. That's not what you do. Because in one sentence, you say Mikey Garcia brought the Mexican fan base. And then you say Errol Spence brought all of Texas. From the delis, you know what I'm saying, to the damn Quick Trips, 7-Elevens, Dallas Cowboys, you know what I'm saying, the Little League team. Everybody came out to see Errol Spence. So Mikey brought the Mexican fan bases over there, and we don't know what the numbers are with the Mexican fan base. I know the Mexican fan base. I'm going to assume through my trusted source. Through my trusted source, I will assume that Mikey Garcia's Mexican fan base had a higher value than Errol Spence's Texas fan base. All right? Because I was at the fight. I was at the fight with Carlos Ocampo. That was just one of the fights. I was at Errol Spence's fight with Carlos Ocampo. I know y'all don't know who Carlos Ocampo is outside of Errol Spence, but I was there with Carlos Ocampo fight. Do you want to know the percentage of the PPV that Errol Spence went into the ring with against a guy no one knew? A guy no one knew, y'all. Do you know what that was like? Do you know what that was about? Do you know what PPV share that Errol Spence went in the ring with? I mean, just take a guess. With Carlos Ocampo, a fighter nobody knows. I'll give you a moment. Because, you know, he had pretty much won the title, right? And then he went on to fight Lamont Peterson. We know that. But Carlos Ocampo, I give Lamont Peterson respect. You know, he was somebody. He was important. I give him respect because he was known in the boxing community. But after Lamont Peterson, he fought Carlos Ocampo. Do you know what his PPV share was going in there with Carlos Ocampo? 50%. Why in the fuck are you giving as a champion? You won the title with Kell Brook, and you went in there with a 50% PPV share, right? Because that was your first PPV in the backyard, right? And then you went on to fight Lamont Peterson, and then on to fight Carlos Ocampo. If you was a champion who defended your title already, and you're fighting someone like Carlos Ocampo who nobody knows or give a fuck about, why would you give him 50%? And he's a nobody, but yet, only because Mikey Garcia came up and you wanted to appease him, or whatever the case may be, or you wanted to increase your stock, you said 60%. Then Sean Porter, 60% PPV share, and then Danny Garcia, right? But my whole point is, you went 50-50 with Carlos Ocampo on the PPV share, though, dog. He had no titles. So why is it so difficult for you to come in here and give Crawford a 50-50 split? Just like you gave Lamont Peterson. Just like you gave Carlos Ocampo. Mikey didn't have no title. And you pretty much satisfied the shit out of Mikey. You want to satisfy the shit. And for Errol Spence fans that's tuning in, let me tell you this. You can fact check it all you want. I don't care how many subscribers you got. You keep on saying Errol Spence sold out AT&T with Mikey. You keep on saying that shit. And I'm telling you, it's an absolute blatant, flat out lie. He did not sell out AT&T. Do you know the seating capacity of AT&T? Like I tell you down here, when a fighter comes down to the State Farm Arena, which is the basketball arena, and they have allotted seat capacity, not all those tickets are sold. A lot of those tickets, some of those tickets, a big amount, are called comp tickets, and whatever is done with it, they've been given away or they sold outside a third party. Same thing with Errol Spence. Errol Spence and Mikey, two names in boxing that people can relate to. When it comes down to it, I always hear Mikey has a country and all the Mexicans behind him, and then we don't know who Spence has within Texas. All we know, he's the most popular nigga on planet Earth. So you take the most popular nigga on planet Earth in Texas, and you place him in Texas, he's going to have some type of fan base, okay? He's going to have some type of fan base. So with that fan base, no one knows the damn numbers. Only thing we're doing is going off conversation like always. We take Mexican fan base and we take Errol Spence fan base. Y'all need to stop regurgitating the fact, the false narrative and saying that Errol Spence did this. He puts more butts in the seats. He sells out this. No, he did well against like name opponents. Mikey Garcia had that name. He's a 4-weight champion. Errol Spence will never be a 4-weight champion. Never. Not yesterday, not today, not tomorrow. You have to give and Mikey Garcia his credit for what he's able to do in boxing. And you have to understand that Errol Spence linked up with Mikey Garcia made for an attraction value to go in AT&T Stadium. That's why it was like it was. Point blank, period. Where did he fight Danny Garcia at? I'm going to give you a little breakdown now. Where did he fight Danny Garcia at? Because it's important to know when certain fighters are at a point where they're fighting certain names in the backyard. Because Texas, they truly believe that's a place where the Mexican fan base is huge, right? So what two fighters that they gloat and brag about that he fought at AT&T Stadium? What's their names? Just tell me that. Give you a moment. What two names? I'll tell you. He fought Mikey Garcia there, and he fought Danny Garcia. Once again, Mikey Garcia isn't a brother. Danny Garcia isn't a brother. One thing they say about Texas, it has a huge Mexican presence, period. So in his backyard, Errol Spence fought a light opponent who has a Mexican fan base, Latino, Hispanic, however you want to phrase it, at AT&T Stadium. He didn't fight another brother. He fought Sean Porter at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. When he finally had the opportunity to move over to the AT&T Stadium, he fought two Garcias. Yeah, I have two Garcias, please. AT&T Stadium. Yeah, on different dates. We're going to submit the paperwork soon. Yeah. Tell the Mexican fan base, I want everything to be maximized. Man, we really want to take advantage of this. So when it comes down to the fraud part of this, the absolute fraud, it's just a cover-up. Because the two biggest times they say he did these awesome PPV numbers was against Mexicans. And then they always seem to overlook this, y'all that's in the live chat. They always seem to overlook this shit. That the black fighters today, they seem to want to capitalize off the Mexican colors and the Mexican fan base, the Filipino fan base and all that. That's fact. Why you don't capitalize off your own fan base? Why? Because we have no idea who they are. So when they sitting at those tables, when they're negotiating what the next fight is, and they're trying to make money, you don't think they're in there saying, hey, you know what, Mikey Garcia is coming up. That'd be awesome to, have at the AT&T Stadium. Pretty much you'll do very well on PPV with the Mexican fan base, the presence they have over there in Texas. Absolutely. This fight is going to be wonders. So you get on YouTube and these cats be up here. Once again, drooling at the mouth. Can't wait. And we know Errol Spence do better numbers than Terrence Crawford. We know that for a fact. Up here sounding like Vince McMahon. We know that for a fact. God damn it. Spence does better numbers, put more butts in the seats than Terrence Crawford. And then you look at who he's stepping in the ring with, and you're taking advantage of the Mexican fan base. We see black fighters wearing Mexican colors all the time. Why can't we see black fighters fighting black fighters and making those same numbers? Floyd is noted as one of the best and the highest PPV fighters in the game when we talk about prize fighting. What are some of his highest PPVs? Right? What are some of his highest PPVs? Manny Pacquiao, Canelo Alvarez, Conor McGregor, Oscar De La Hoya, Miguel Cotto. Once again, Manny Pacquiao, the Filipino sensation, Oscar De La Hoya, Canelo Alvarez, Conor McGregor, Miguel Cotto. Now I want you to just take a deep breath and give me this answer. So knowing that when it came to these divisions that we're looking at, right? And we're looking at Floyd and what he was been able to accomplish. Do you see a trend? Like Floyd, when you talk about skill set and everything he was able to accomplish, Errol Spence don't even compare. But they're attempting to follow the monetary blueprint that he set. And that is fight the opposite. If you're fighting opposition, make sure it's in a footprint that's friendly, boxing friendly, as far as, the support coming out to see the fight. And you need to make sure it's not another black fighter. It's a Mexican fighter. If you're going to be in that footprint, make sure it's a Latino Mexican fighter, period. And don't be mad. Don't be dropping shit in my inbox talking about, oh, man, they can wear what they want. That's what I heard already. We can wear what we want. Okay, you can wear what you want. That just proves to everybody else we have no culture. We can't make money with one another. Now, granted, Floyd did give Andre Berto a motherfucking shot, but it didn't do any numbers that we can brag about. But when we're talking about the top PPV numbers, Floyd was an attraction. Floyd was an attraction, period. You think Errol Spence can bring an MMA fighter over here that's 0-0 when it comes to boxing and do and reciprocate the numbers that Floyd Mayweather was able to do? No, he cannot. But when it comes to him taking two Garcias to the dance in his backyard and then hearing this YouTube community sit up here and be flabbergasted about Errol Spence putting more butts in the seats than Terrence Crawford, and that is their primary reason for us saying that Crawford should just capitulate, bow down, get on both knees, and take what damn Errol Spence is giving him. Errol Spence ain't did shit yet. This man is a single division champion. What has he done that any other single division champion has did? Has he did more than Gennady Golovkin, Triple G? Does he have a Canelo on his record? Because we all know Canelo was campaigning at middleweight division, though. But I'm listening to all this rhetoric of people saying the accolades don't matter. Okay, so what happened when Canelo moved up? What happened with that, dog? They both got paid off each other. But it wasn't to a point where we have this bullshit that's going on right now, though. The only bullshit that happened was in the rematch when Canelo popped positive for clenbuterol, and Triple G was mad about that, but yet he knew he was still going to fight Canelo because of the money. But I'm trying to find out, where is Errol Spence's Canelo Alvarez? And if you want a Canelo Alvarez, right now Terrence Bud Crawford is the closest to you getting to a caliber fighter that's multi-division champion like Canelo Alvarez. So why make it difficult? Go to the negotiation table, put a rematch clause in there, and go from there. Don't make it about motherfucking money. Just go in there. If all Spence fans believe wholeheartedly that he can go in there and defeat Bud Crawford, stop retreading the same toilet paper type shit, man. Every time I hear these narratives, you just want to go in there and sit on the toilet and take a shit and goddamn look at the paper like it used to be. I say, God damn it, the same shit. I gotta go somewhere private and decompress. I say, man, this shit is desperation. It don't matter how much you know. Look, those of you that feel like you know everything it is to know about Errol Spence, I know too. So just because you can raffle off chronological shit that you have remediated through live after live after fucking live after fucking live, and then you run into somebody like Destiny Black and she tell you some simple ass shit, dog. The PPV numbers prove it. Well, that's what Errol said. Oh my God. I'm just saying, dog. I'm not. It's just Christmas spirit, dog. I'm just saying, how did y'all let her do that, dog? She said it's not fact check unless it's breaking records. Supposedly, they're not really gonna scrutinize and pay attention to detail like that with a fine tooth comb unless it's about to break records. Why do you have her bringing this to your attention at the last month of 2021? Why? Why wasn't there a response, dog? Like, how long did you not see that she was standing in the doorway with a Molotov cocktail and that shit was lit already? That shit was lit when Coach said what he said. She said, "Oh my God, we don't want to talk about this bullshit no more, dog. This is not elementary." I get it, man. Hey, I guess y'all had to hear it from a woman because if I say some shit like that, they call me a hater. They call me a Bud fanboy. But man, y'all have to take this motherfucker on the chin, dog. It ain't no motherfucking count to this shit. That shit was a TKO. Y'all niggas can get mad all you fucking want. I don't care. I still got mad respect for y'all. But y'all got goddamn burned down. She was standing there waving the motherfucking cocktail back and forth when she started in on Coach. And then y'all start talking about PPV numbers, 300K plus, 300K plus. Everybody heard the same shit over and over again. So I know that shit in my head. I know what's coming up next. And you know what that tells me? Regardless of him bringing two Garcias to the AT&T Stadium, and you can't see that he needed two Latino fighters to accompany him to the damn AT&T Stadium in his backyard. You know what that tells me about this PPV number? It's the fact that it's not enough conversation on you just flat out saying that you know Errol Spence can beat Terrence Bud Crawford. And this is how it's going to do it. You know why they're so quiet at the time? It's a ringing in your ears when it comes to this straight up, telling it straight out that Errol Spence, because for one, they don't know. They don't know. They really, truly don't have the confidence to say it because of the accident, right? And then before the accident, he was already out here doing the same thing that contributed to him having the accident. That's why he said he had a much harder time going in there against Sean Porter. Errol Spence said that. So he comes off one of the biggest fights of his career with Sean Porter, and he has an horrific car accident. Now, if you really want to get Errol Spence fans to the fact that they want to give themselves a wedgie, I'm talking about them motherfuckers tying themselves up to a railing and jumping off that motherfucker. If you really want to see them give themselves a wedgie and get all upset and angry and furious, talk about the accident. Listen, people, the accident is public record. The accident is public record. I'm happy that he survived it. But before that, we seen him in public inebriated. So therefore, when this happens, coming off this accident, he finally steps back in the ring and get a win. Okay, cool. But his fight fans at this point in time know that there's lingering residual damage because of that accident. And you know what? They really couldn't come to a solution. They really couldn't come up with something that was solid. I mean, something that they had the courage and belief in beating Danny Garcia. They just didn't come up with that. You know why? Because he had already defeated Sean Porter, who defeated Danny Garcia. So him coming back and him defeating Danny Garcia, his fans, the Errol Spence fans couldn't say like, well, that's not really enough for us to say that he can go in there and beat Crawford right now. They're unsure of themselves. They have doubt. I don't care how loud you scream. I don't care all this rubbish that you want to keep on bringing up about this, that, and the other. The fact still remains. Y'all not confident, and the reason y'all not confident in Errol Spence beating Crawford is the fact that he be out here goofing off in between fights. You talking about Keith Thurman ain't finishing workouts. Let's get some film. Blu-ray is the one that's in the camp. Let's get some film of freaking Errol Spence finishing workouts that Blu-ray offers. Let's see if he's able to finish workouts. Because from what I was listening to, he had an issue with it, just the fact in the mindset and the mentality that Blu-ray was bringing to the game. He wanted him to go into that motherfucker already fatigued, hit a level, a depth, a lower depth where he would have to dig himself up out of there mentally. Go past a depth of failure and fight your way up out of that bitch fatigued. Because Blu-ray's mentality, from what I see, is I'm going to take you to levels prior to what you would consider the point of failure. I'm going to take you through there initially. So when you go into the motherfucking ring, you don't have to wait till the 5th and 6th round. You already going in there. You in physically top tier condition. Your training regimen, your strength and conditioning, you was taken into the motherfucking sparring session already fatigued and tired. So what you have to do in sparring is only taking you levels above. So you way past that point of failure that you used to reach in a fight just from doing regular shit. Because you obviously got to do like Blu-ray. His mindset is on a whole nother level when it comes to damn mental and physical strength. And if you ever heard me say this shit, probably not. I'm not even going to sit up here and play with you. But in the military, a lot of hand-to-hand combat that we did, we had to go in that motherfucker fatigue. Like a lot of times when we was grappling over in combat, right? They had nothing but sand and shit. And we'll have all out grappling shit in sand. But we sometimes go in that motherfucker already fatigued from doing exercises and stuff like that. And then you go in there and have to defend yourself. I totally get where Blu-ray is coming from, but like I said, I need some video to see if Errol Spence is making it through his workouts. Because his mindset might not be the same. He may not be physically capable of going through a workout like that. He may be telling Blu-ray, hey man, I get up with your shot. Man, not today, dog. I ain't doing no 700 push-ups before workout, dog. You insane. Errol Spence may be telling Blu-ray, no, man, I can't do it, man. Listen, man, I brought you back in the camp, dog. But, dog, my body ain't feeling right, dog. Can we just do maybe 30, 35 push-ups before? Man, come on, that's 700, dog. It's just too much, dog. It's just too much. That should be calling me in my sleep, dog. Please. Errol Spence be having nightmares about Blu-ray. 750. Go. Up, down, up, down. Man, where you going? That's just too Come, Errol, come back over here. Let's talk. Derek, get Errol, please. It'd be a full-blown drama series going in that gym. That's where the fucking problem's at. Why did Blu-ray ever leave? It might have been too much, dog. When you're not taking care of your body outside the fight game, then it's going to show its ugly face sometime when you have to reach that point of failure. And from what my thought process is, a person who's has somewhat similar mindset as he did, man. I always felt like high repetition, you go into any situation, fatigued a little bit, and you push through it. You don't have to put the heaviest weight on there, but you push through it. You do exercises and with a damn good warm-up, and then you break it out, you break it open from there. So I see where his mindset is with Errol Spence. But not everybody's mindset is going to be able to equate with where he's trying to go, the direction Blu-ray is trying to go. You don't see individuals that's able to get somebody that's saying, okay, let's go, let's go. I don't think Errol Spence is saying that with him. Just the 700 push-ups alone, he's getting pushback, resistance, dog. He's telling him, Bud Crawford gonna whoop your ass, nigga. He gonna beat your ass. Man, I don't give a fuck about none of that, dog. All I do is give a fuck about these 700 push-ups, dog. Man, you on medication, dog? I can't do this, dog. Man, you trying to ruin my career, dog. 700? You gonna get me knocked out in sparring, dog? Damn. Damn, Blu-ray. Damn, nigga. I'm trying to unify, not die. Man, let me stop, dog. Let me stop, bro. King Mitch on deck, man. Hey, shout out to Destiny Black. Appreciate your donation, that queen, for that deuce. Appreciate you pulling up to the channel. Real talk. Let me get to these chats. Let's see what y'all have to say. Smooth in the building on deck. Crawford can't set out a little league baseball game. I know Smooth, he can't because he don't fight in any little league baseball fields. You're right. You talking that shit already. That's good. You smart. You right. Major Key on deck. What's good? He said, well, Xavier, he actually sold out the MGM. I'm pretty sure that's much bigger than a little league. Talk to him. Man, look, I know you used to burning shit up. I know the shit's still smoldering from over there. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I got fire detectors over here, monoxide detectors. It's all good. He damn sure didn't supposedly it was 47K in attendance. And who's that again? Let me go back up a little bit. See? Appreciate that, Destiny. Let me post that up there because I need that to be posted up there doing the replay. You know what I'm saying? We need to stop pushing all these retreaded, these toilet paper narrative. You know what as I do, we don't recycle toilet paper. You don't wipe your ass and then say, you know what, let me put that up there to dry. No, we tired of that Errol Spence recycledness when it comes to butts in the seats. When you talk about butts, I think of toilet paper. You know, when I'm taking a shit, I'm on there. Every time I hear Errol Spence, oh, you put more butts in, I go right to the toilet and take a shit. They also cut off part of the arena, seen it with my own eyes. See? Man, why is it one voice, one face, one name sending this information that's out there, people? Major, but according to Spence groupies, he can sell out the whole continent of Africa. That's what happened when you're the most popular niggas on planet Earth. The popular nigga on planet Earth can do shit like that. That's all I'm saying. He can do shit like that. Andrew Charles on deck, how you feel? At least one or two people showed up for Mikey and Danny. I'm just guessing though. See, Andrew, I think it was more than that because you have to factor in the commission. All right, the commission that's ringside, the doctor, and then the trainers. We have to factor in that attendance. Besides that, man, I'm pretty sure if you bought nosebleed seats, you can go down and sit on the floor for real. I feel you, Destiny. They the fool buying that fool's gold though. King Mitch on deck. How you feeling, Mitch? Man, them Mexicans don't give a fuck about Danny Garcia. He's Puerto Rican from Philly. They do. I know that. Oh, they give a fuck about Danny. Absolutely, they do. That is absolutely untrue. That is absolutely untrue right there, Mitch. For real. Spence versus Porter did well, and that may have been in LA, I think. It was. It's at the Staples Center. But what I said, he brought two Garcias to the AT&T. That's what they mentioned. They always mention Mikey Garcia's name. You know, he did Mikey Garcia, 135. 135 pounder moving up the dang welterweight. That's all they mentioned was butts in the seats. Nigga, like, come on, man. That dude was a 4-weight champion with a Mexican fan base. Now, one thing that I learned my time in the military, right, was that it's according with the Mexicans, they have a deep, how you put it, with the Mexicans, they have a deep how do you put that? They have a deeper belief than you can ever imagine when it comes to where a Mexican was born. Just because you have different geographical, like different countries, Puerto Rican, DR, Mexican, and then even when it comes to Mexico, right? It all depends on if you was born in Mexico, if your parents was born in Mexico and you was born in the US. I seen all these arguments take place. I seen these arguments transfer over to physical contact. So it taught me a lot because I used to think, okay, you speak Spanish, you good, you're Latino, this, that, and the other. No, they have their beef too. They have their beef too. And no one convinced me that Danny Garcia, Mikey Garcia, 50% of Mikey Garcia fans that showed up to see him fight, Errol Spence, didn't show up for Danny Garcia just because he's what Mitch said. No, man. They're still going to show up because he's going against a black fighter. King, yeah, they did 16K, but it still don't sell out the Staples Center. See? Where are we getting these numbers from? What is a trusted source, y'all? What's the fucking trusted source? That's all I'm saying. We have to say death to this aerospin false narrative pushing, bro. The wheelbarrow, I swear to God, you holding that bitch up with no wheels, dog. I mean, the only wheel you got right now is square. You got square wheels on the wheelbarrow, dog. You trying to push that bitch uphill. We've tired of hearing the same shit. It doesn't matter how many subscribers you got. It doesn't matter how many thumbnails you do. It doesn't matter the screenshots that you put up that exemplifies your point, and you have that shit all out of order. It doesn't matter all the damn video sequences that you have with them meeting and who said what. It becomes, just like Destiny said, it becomes very childish. It becomes like we back in the schoolyard again. That's what it sounds like. We're talking about shit, scenario based. Oh, my fighter better than your fighter. Why? Because I see more butts in the seats. You've seen butts in the seats? Yeah, butts in the seats. You never looked at a butt in the seat? They put butts in the seat. How many butts in the seats? I don't know how many butts in the seats, but I hear it so much on YouTube that it got to be butts in the seats. Death to butts in the seats, because it's not something physically that we have to see when these two are stepping into the ring. We're not looking at butts in the seats. Them people that's sitting out there watching the fight, we really don't care until the camera pans in on them. Boom. We care about the two individuals that's in the ring fighting. Bud go in there and whoop that ass. What is going to be? It wasn't enough butts in the seats. If he would have been in Arlington, Texas, gosh, God, man, come on. He would have been in Arlington, Texas, man. We can't do that. That's not what we're looking at as far as the criteria that we're basing these two fighters on stepping through the ropes. It's not butts in the seats, y'all. That shit is dead. Y'all use that narrative again, you should be fined on YouTube. They should extract at least 75% of your super chats, period, every day for a month. If you continue to use the butts in the seat theory when it comes to damn Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. I don't like to rub it in Errol's face, but I've never in my life seen anybody get so much credit for wrecking a car while drunk. Glad he's still here. That's all I'm going to say about that. Damn, Andrew actually mentioned wrecking a vehicle. And I've seen, look, one thing about this YouTube community, I found out that though people may communicate with you on a daily basis, right? These ain't really your friends, dog. Because you got some grown ass niggas that act like kids on this bitch. They will get absolutely, I'm talking about degraded emotions. Just because you're talking about Errol Spence car accident, they will become absolutely furious, gritting their teeth, Motherfucking calling you bitch ass nigga. Oh man, that's fucked up. That's my boy. But if that was your boy, why you didn't call him up before he got behind the wheel? Then we wouldn't be having this long drawn out damn conversation. Maybe we'll be closer to the fight in 2021. Maybe we could have seen this fight at the end of this year if he wouldn't have gotten to the accident. Maybe we wouldn't have been waiting for his screws to heal so he can get his implants in so he can goddamn go back to sparring. If he would have been more responsible. I always mention this to people that get extremely belligerent when you bring up what Andrew Charles just mentioned. Errol Spence sent out a tweet that he deleted that say no broken bones. I'm a savage. You know how I know that? Because I seen it when it first came out. I have that tweet. I screenshot it. I just have to find it. I screenshot the tweet and I repost. I just have to find it where I posted it. I have to look on my IG. I really haven't gave it no time of day. But that's what Errol Spence said after the accident. After he'd been in the hospital, sometimes he say, no broken bones, I'm a savage. So obviously the accident didn't mean too much to him that he was sitting on there pouting about it. For somebody who was ejected out the vehicle and landed on pavement, he's tough when it comes to that. God was blessing him. But don't get mad at me, man. He the one did that to himself, not me. Pop a lot in the building. What's good, bro? WCS always cooking. That's you owe me again. Hello, Pop. What I owe you for now? Shit, you left me by myself last night on a pro Spence panel. Damn, you was on there last night too. You got look. I'm gonna tell you something with the Spence panel. I'm gonna tell you with the Spence panel. I'm gonna give you a little insight on how they operate. You can't show up to a pro Spence panel every night because they be plotting. They'll be plotting on you. They'll wait and filter people in once you show up. If you're there from the beginning, they're just gonna keep on getting people in rotation to line up. They're gonna get people in rotation, and then it's gonna be a shout match and this, that, and the other. And you know what I'm saying? So look, I saw you on Southern T today, right? And you wouldn't let them motherfuckers get a word in. And I was like, kudos, man, 2 thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't let them get a word in, man. Sometimes it gotta be like that, dog. Look, sometimes it has to be like that. In this particular case right here, she wouldn't stop talking, and it needs to be that way, dog. Especially talking about this situation right here. And, Blu-ray and all that was in there. Shout out to Southern T, man. Shout out to everybody that was on the panel. Well, he had to put in the background because she wouldn't let him get a word in. Yes, exactly. Exactly. We don't need to hear the same shit all the time, bro. We don't need to hear people get up here and say, so what do y'all know about Errol Spence how did he control his opponents? Have you ever really paid attention to his lead foot? He does it so magically. He's beautiful. Like, when it comes to his overall dynamics, oh, wow. I mean, if I could just put that on a wall and make it seem like the Matrix, I can just go over every single point of from his shoulders down to his elbows to the end of his hands, his movements, the velocity, the power, the weight ratio, his movement, the slight adjustments, this, that, and the other. I mean, when it comes to Errol Spence, he's just absolutely perfect. Who has the better jab between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? Well, right there, Errol Spence. See what I'm telling you? He's perfect. When I tell you he's perfect, oh my God. That jab, the way he steps forward, sometimes doubling up on that jab. Crawford doesn't do that. What does Crawford have? Oh, you're going to say he switch hit. He can switch from orthodox to southpaw, right? He gains nothing from it. at this point in his career, it's a failure because all he's doing is just doing it for a distraction. It's not really something that he's basically fooling his opponent with. It's just a distraction. It does nothing for his fights. So if everything that we say that Crawford does good, right? And if we get like all X's and no checks, you think we're going to continue to talk about it? We're not going to talk about it. Who has the better body work? Yes, Errol Spence has been known to go to the body, but also Errol Spence has been known to go the distance too. So that body attack we're talking about is not something that's detrimental to the physical condition of his opposition. It's not detrimental. They're not folding, dog. They're not folding. We're not saying that that's something that we look forward to in Errol Spence. Oh God, I can't wait. He go to the body. Oh, they in trouble. No, we've seen people go the distance. We've seen Danny Garcia go the motherfucking distance. Seen Sean Porter go the distance. I'm just saying. We've seen Mikey Garcia, the 300K plus PPV star, go the distance. Pop, how much fake facts did they put out yesterday? Errol Spence Group is just saying anything. Did you see the panel after you left? No, Pop, I was heated with T for timing me out. Hey man, I was actually over there. I was watching, dog. I wasn't gonna hop on that panel. I just didn't have the time. I was handling some business. But like I said before, I'm being very sincere about it. Sometimes you get to a point where you don't let people talk if they're saying the same thing. I know they just was looking for that moment to pause. You know what I'm saying, that timeout. But sometimes you don't get the timeout in this case. Because some individuals, not just Destiny, but a lot of individuals who have heard the same retreaded information, they don't want to stop talking. Because when you stop talking, it's going to be like, let me ask you this. They got 15,000 questions from you. Let's start with the shoes that Errol Spence wear. And do you think you ever seen a southpaw wear the type of shoes that Errol Spence have? Have you ever seen the ankle support that he wears in that? That is only from elite high-level fighters. You have to really pay attention. I'm trying to turn y'all on to some shit now. Y'all don't pay attention to boxing like I do. The ankle support that he has in his shoes allows him as a southpaw to just fight with his foot. I'm telling you, dog, you're not going to win by being polite in these debates. You have to be rowdy, goddammit. And Destiny was rowdy in that motherfucking dog. So look, I'm just praising her why it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Because you rarely see an arsonist come into the damn building and burn the shit down and stand there and watch their work. Arsonists usually disappear. But she actually stood there and watched her work while other people like, well, shit. We need to file an insurance claim. Damn. This shit right here was, whew. I didn't see that shit coming. Y'all saw this shit coming? Yeah, when she started responding to the butts in the seats. The shit caught fire. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The shit caught fire, dog. It was over. It was over, dog. I ain't gonna lie. I never seen you look like that, coach. I never, ever seen you when you in the company of your friends look like that. You was shocked. You was stumped, dog. And shout out to Coach, man. He good people, man. We may not agree on a lot of shit, but it's not personal. Even Keon knockout all them. But yesterday, man, the other day, man, the panel got burnt down, dog. For real. In that case, I support the arsonist. I usually don't support criminal activity, but in that case, I support the motherfucking arsonist. For real. I had a no chance BFTV Blue Board Blu-ray. No, you're not gonna have a chance with them. Because they all support the same fighter, dog. Free Hoover on deck. What's good? EJ will wait for Ugas, Iamontes, winner, or he will fight someone we least expect, like why Keith fighting Barrios. Hey, Keith Thurman's been out the ring forever and a day, but Keith gets no love today. We'll get back to him and Barrios for real, because that we got to talk about. We have to banish this shit. You know what I'm saying? We have to. Obviously it might be some alcohol involved in this shit, dog. When it comes to them talking about Spence, so I'm taking this shit back to prohibition. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking it back to when I was in damn grade school and shit. When they talking about prohibition and shit, I'm taking this shit back. We have to banish this motherfucker. I don't care if alcohol tastes good to certain. Some of y'all coming in here, y'all have to be drunk to continue to say the same shit all the time. Just talk about the fight and find ways on us to make the fight happen. When do you think we're going to see it? We don't need to be talking about the same old shit over and over again, and we can't fact check it. I don't care where you fucking look. I don't care what research you do. The shit ain't right. What about this right here? What does that say? What about this right here? Errol Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia will both be getting a purse of $3 million each. Once again, I repeat, Errol Spence Jr. and Mikey Garcia will both get a purse of $3 million each for their fight tonight on Premier Boxing Champions on Fox Sports PPV. However, they both could make a lot more in extra revenue from PPV. And how much did he go in there? 60%, right? Okay. The line each of their fight tonight on pay-per-view. However, they both can make a lot more from PPV, right? Both fighters are going to get a career high payday if the fight does more than 1 million buys. A rematch between them will be hard for them to say no. The reason why I put this up here says both fighters are going to get a career high payday. Both fighters are going to get a career high payday. So why can't this be the same between Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford? Make that money, right? Then go on. If the fight does more than 1 million buys. That next sentence, if the fight does more than 1 million buys. I'm just curious to know if y'all can help me understand what did it do? What did it do? Just do. What did it do? What did it do? I'm speaking poor. I'm taking slang Southern, off the street type. What did it do? Theory, what did it do? What did it do? You see those percentages? 50% PPV share to Carlos Ocampo? And you're whining and crying about Terrence Crawford? 50%? Oh, Carlos might have had that Latino blood in him. Damn, Carlos Ocampo might have had that Latino blood. Once again, he's fighting over there in Frisco. He had to fight a Mexican. Y'all. For real. Because the brothers, one thing about it, they don't have to go through a career, especially when you make it to the elite level. You don't have to worry about other brothers having the opportunity to fight these brothers, because blacks ain't going to fight other blacks in this setting because they're told not to. You rarely going to get a Sean Porter, Errol Spence. You're just rarely going to get it. But you can get a Garcia, and then you can get another Garcia, And you can get a Carlos Ocampo. And then affirmative action kicks in. Lamont Peterson. And then you can get a Kell Brook. A Leonard Bondu. And then you get the Chris Algieri and Alejandro Barrera. You know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. This shit is just too easy, dog. This shit is too easy. You don't have to go to motherfucking college to figure this shit out, dog. EJ will wait for Ugas. Hey, if he steps back on the scene, because we know it's not gonna be Bud. He's not gonna come back off an eye injury. When Bud gave him the gift and said, you know what, I'm being genuine. I don't want to beat this dude ass coming off a car accident. I don't want to beat his ass yet. I want him to be 100% healthy. A lot of his fans, sit up here and perceive that as ducking. But he was really being genuine. I don't want to beat his ass when he ain't healthy. So he took it off on a tune-up with Danny Garcia. Couldn't get him up out of there. You know what I'm saying? He made him wear the fight, but he couldn't get him up out of there. Boom, moving forward. Now he coming off an eye injury. And everybody want to know who he's going to fight. He thought it was going to be Manny Pacquiao, but that fell through with the eye injury shit. So who is it going to be? Seriously, who is it going to be? If he got Blu-ray in there, strength and condition should be on point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he should be ready. It ain't like he been out the ring that long. Look at Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao was out the ring as long as he was. And he came back and fought who? He lost, but he fought a top-tier opponent. You know what I'm saying? He fought somebody that was a champion. And Yordenis Ugas. But I just don't see Errol Spence coming back and fighting Terrence Crawford, because Errol Spence is not a Manny Pacquiao. To be honest with you, he's not. So you tell me, who do you think he's going to fight? I know you put two names up in there. I think the latter might be it, to be honest. He might be the latter. Pop, you should have just told him whatever they say is right. Spence is the best thing since a bear shitted in the woods. Hey, I got some on top of that, like Pac say. Does a bear shit in the woods and wipe his ass with a fluffy white rabbit? Hey, you should have just told him that, for real. I wrecked the car sober and felt genuinely shamed for a while. I felt like a dumbass. I remember that feeling, but I digress though. Real talk there, Andrew. I mean, the first rear end I had, I wasn't even paying attention. That's before cell phones and texting and all that shit was even a thing. You know what I'm saying? This was in the late 80s. I ran in the back just not paying attention. And I say, damn, my insurance already high. Shouldn't then this dude get out the Cadillac? Wow. Now, I wasn't expecting this today. I wasn't either, goddammit. Hey, we can both go on about our business. Shit. We don't have to expect nothing. I have to give it up to the brother, though. He felt my pain, me being on my own for the first time and shit. I didn't have to really pay the full price for his damage because he had a Cadillac. And I'm not going to tell you what I had, but that shit was made of motherfucking cardboard and styrofoam. When I looked at the front of that, I say, how does his car not have that much damage? And mine is crumbled up. I started to take that shit back to the dealership. No. You put a fast one. Sir, you bought the car brand new. But what is it made out of? How many shoe boxes did it take to make this vehicle? They don't care about the fight. Only thing they care about are splits, PPVs, and numbers, and wonder why the best don't fight the best. Talk to them 24 on deck. That's what I'm saying right here. That's what I'm saying. Splits, PPVs, and numbers. Niggas, why are you worried about how his numbers look? Are y'all boxing fans? Do y'all want to see the physical encounter? Do y'all want to see the physical encounter between two human beings wearing gloves inside a square circle? Is that your primary focus right there? Or y'all want to say, man, I really hope he invite me to the party. They supposed to be talking about them numbers today. They're going to have that good wine up in there. That white Hennessy, Patron. I mean, I just it doesn't entice me at all when I hear boxing talk on here, and all they want to do is talk about what he just mentioned. Splits, PPVs, and fucking numbers all the time, man. I don't want to hear that shit, dog. W says, man, they make me really despise Spence, and it ain't even his fault. Man, you be young, despise this shit. You get hot about that shit, boy, for real. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. That shit was hilarious, man. I mean, I commend you for holding your square, though. You know what I'm saying? I commend you for that shit. Do what you do. Sometimes you can't be quiet on the same shit, dog. Sometimes it get out of hand. You know, y'all cool. You and Southern T, y'all cool, man. He'll invite you back on. What it says, PPV revenue would not be public, aka many numbers. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. It would not be made public, dog. Why is this something that people don't already know? You're talking about assuming numbers that are just put out by trusted, quote unquote, air, you know what I'm saying? Air quotes, trusted sources. They're not confirmed. These numbers don't look like the cash cow. That's what I'm telling you, man. Unless this cash cow is goddamn starving and they about to put it to bed. Are you bragging about 300K when you have other people like Mike Tyson that's up there like 5 times on the top PPV buys? Mike Tyson and Floyd Mayweather really did the damn thing. But primarily Floyd Mayweather, you're not doing Floyd Mayweather numbers. You can legitimately say that Floyd Mayweather was the cash cow. When we look at cash cow, we remember the language of Floyd Mayweather mentioning, I'm the cash cow. Why? Because Conor McGregor, who the fuck knew about Conor McGregor in boxing? How can you bring a non-boxer, no professional fights, onto the biggest motherfucking stage, charge $100 PPV, and people go there and watch it? And they're ranked, what, second? Something like that? Second all time? Below Manny Pacquiao, if I'm not mistaken. Either way it goes, let me see. Where's this motherfucker at? Where's it at? I mean, is aerospin doing these numbers right here, though? Is he doing these type of numbers? If he's not doing these type of numbers, fellas, why are you still talking about it when it comes to Terrence Crawford? If he's not doing these type of numbers, man. $5.17? 5.1. A guy who BoxRec said 0-0. A 2-time UFC world champion in the featherweight and lightweight division. And Floyd brings him over to boxing and breaks the motherfucking bank. No. Y'all trying to build up Errol Spence to be Floyd and this money shit, he ain't Floyd, dog. He ain't Floyd. Pop precisely because he's not Bud. Actually makes more money than Spence. But let Spence groupies tell it. He's richer than Scrooge McDuck. Hey man, he could do no wrong when it comes to the paycheck. Seawood on deck, how you feeling? Scrooge McDuck for real. Man, somebody better bring Destiny a glass of water or something. You know what I'm saying? Because she's just been burning shit up lately. And I guess that's the holiday spirit, bringing in 2022. Bring in that bitch with a motherfucking Molotov cocktail in both hands. Say yippee-ki-yay, mother. You know what I'm saying? Burn some shit down, dog. I know there's some people out there. I already know some people out there upset that I'm making a big deal about it. But hey, dog, I'm telling you what it was, man. I got the shit screen recorded. I'm just telling you what it is, dog. You know what I'm saying? The recoil on that damn response was quick, expeditiously. Time that I can tell you one thing Aaron Spence does better than Crawford. That's puts butts in the seat. See? Oh, the shit went downhill from there, dog. I'm telling you, man. Look, I was sober and that shit had me laughing. Oh my God. I was tuned in. I ain't gonna lie, I was fucking tuned in. I said, please don't stop talking about Arrow. Don't y'all keep talking this. So I just want to see the damage. I just want to see the impact area. I just want to see them bounce off your motherfucking chest. Pow! Bud is worth $1 million more than Arrow. Listen, James, if you tell them that when you was on that panel, if you tell them something like that, what Bud is worth, there's no way that they can logically equate that to making sense, because their whole entire narrative is based off PPV numbers. Starting with Mikey Garcia. They're going to always bring up Mikey Garcia, man. These are the same individuals that's over there talking about accolades don't matter. You know why accolades don't matter? Because it's talking about Bud Crawford. Oh, his undisputed one shit. It had to be shit if they mentioned it on Showtime, okay? The only person they left off as undisputed was Teofimo. Moving on. So you take away the accolades and you ask them, take away the titles from Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. How do we wager who comes in there? Just take away the titles at welterweight. Take away the WBO and take away the WBC and IBF from Errol Spence. What numbers are we talking about right now? Just take away the titles. So if you take away the titles, Kell Brook don't mean shit. Sean Porter don't mean shit. And then Jeff Horn, they say never meant shit anyway. So take that away. It's a clean slate. You keep their resume as it is, right? From Alejandro Barrera on up to Danny Garcia, and from Jeff Horn all the way up to damn Sean Porter. How do we come to a reasonable conclusion as to what the fight person's percentage should be? Because you saying accolades you don't give a fuck about championships. Take away them motherfuckers, leave them dry, look at their resume at 47, and just go from there. Just go strictly off the division championships, all that shit. We'll have to go from everything before. Because if we do that, we have to include what Crawford did at 140 and 135. We have to include that. I just say take away everything at 47. And we all know the only championships Errol Spence has ever won has been at 47. So you just can't say do away with the accolades. They don't mean shit, and then talk about butts in the seats, butts in the seats, butts in the seats. Man, y'all better find out a rule to put up there for Destiny before she turn back around and show up. I'm serious. I don't want y'all goddamn going over to 2022 still thinking about that nightmare y'all ran into the other night. I'm being serious, bro. See, nobody give me credit. Like, you know, I show up on behind enemy lines all the time. But that shit right there, dog. The lack of response, the lack of resistance that was shown to basically fact check what she was telling y'all, it has to be noted. It was minimal to no resistance. That's called you're thinking of something, but you absolutely stunned. You like stumped. You like paused. You taking your brain is in park right now. You like, damn, what can I say to caveat? How can I respond to that? No, you can't respond because it's absolutely fact. PPV numbers are bullshit unless they breaking numbers. They don't fact check them like that unless they breaking records. Heavy as the head who wear the crown, goddammit. and watching the motherfucking fire. Shout out to Knockout Boxing, 86 TV on deck. Not about comparing Spence to Mayweather, y'all. It's about comparing Spence to Crawford. Well, that's once again the only thing I hear when it's comparing Spence to Crawford is the same regurgitated, retreaded, recycled, remediated. You know what I'm saying? Revised, butts in the seats, resume, butts in the seats, resume. Y'all give so much credit to Mikey Garcia, who's a lightweight, and I'm saying to myself, he gave Mikey Garcia 60%. I mean, Errol Spence got 66 PPV share with Mikey Garcia, both $3 million guaranteed. Mikey came in there and made a whole lot of money. But why you ain't trying to let the brother eat? Why Errol Spence ain't trying to let the brother eat? You think because you went in there against Mikey, Sean Porter, and Danny Garcia, 60% PPV share, you going to do the same thing with Terrence Crawford? Mikey had no title, and you was able to get 60% because Mikey was desperate for a paycheck. But Sean Porter actually had a title. And, you know, whatever Sean Porter was doing, whatever. And then Danny Garcia is whatever. Danny Garcia never defeated the champion. Never defeated the champion at welterweight. He fought for a vacant title to even enter the division. But they would give him respect off of who he stepped in the ring with. So therefore, you have to give Terrence Crawford some type of respect in what he's been able to accomplish in his career. You just can't all wash it down the drain as if it didn't happen. The man is undisputed. Something that Errol Spence will never be in life. Errol Spence will never, ever unify. Y'all screen record this shit. He will never, ever unify the welterweight division. This man, the only way he's going to unify the welterweight division if he stalls Crawford out for another 2 to 3 years and Crawford moves up to 54. Because you know what? I know everybody else that's very sound mind, intelligent individuals know that he doesn't need Errol Spence for his legacy. That is what hurts them the most. It's like a splinter on the tip, the fingertip. Every fingertip in your most dominant hand, you got a splinter in that bitch and it hurts. That's what that is. He don't need Errol Spence for his legacy, y'all. He don't. Knockout Mayweather PPVs are confirmed. Miss Spence PPV numbers ain't confirmed and never will. No one says accolades don't matter. Yes, sir. I heard it too many times. Accolades don't matter. Accolades don't matter when it comes to making the fight. Accolades matter when it comes to making the fight when all you're doing is mentioning numbers. Not you per se, but I'm saying all you're doing is mentioning numbers. Accolades has to matter because how do a fighter become popular? Because we're talking about most popular nigga on planet Earth, Errol Spence, right? How is he popular? He's popular because he went in the backyard and defeated Kell Brook. That's how he's popular. He went in Kell Brook backyard and won the title. That brought him popularity. And his hashtags. Strap season. Hashtag man down. Hashtag I ain't gonna even say that. If we go a man down, I'm not even gonna go in on my man like that. We're gonna go on strap season and man down. All these motherfucking hashtags, and ain't a man dropping yet. You know what I'm saying? You go in there and do Lamont Peterson. You know, you go 50 with Lamont Peterson. You go 50% PPV share with Carlos Ocampo, but yet you trying to treat Terrence Bud Crawford like he ain't shit. But you go 50% PPV share with Carlos Ocampo. No, nigga, go 50%. Go 50% just with Terrence Crawford too. I'm pretty sure he has more accolades than Carlos Ocampo had. Where's that dude anyway? Listen, here you go. Everything fake to you. Hey, man. Knockout, all I can say, bro, to end this year, my brother, and it ain't personal for real, because you know what it is, man. Did y'all not see her standing in the doorway? She was just there clinging two glasses together. I'm serious. Them bitches was on fire. She was look, she was letting y'all know I'm there to burn shit to the ground today. Mention butts in the motherfucking seats and shit's gonna get hot. You didn't see that coming, knockout? None of y'all on that panel responded to what she had to say about the butts in the seats. And she made a valid point about, here we go again. This is childish. This is childish. Talking about butts in the seats, butts in the seats. It's child. It's true, bro. Man, it's true, dog. What more is there? Nobody wants to sit through 150,000 questions about Errol Spence. Who has the better movements? Errol Spence or Crawford? And then you say, okay, Crawford has the better. How? Well, this fight. No, that's not what I'm talking. Who has the better offense? Spence or Crawford? I'll say Crawford. Name a fight. Well, he was able to, break down Sean. He didn't break down Sean Porter. Sean Porter broke down on his own. You're never gonna fucking win, dog. You're never gonna fucking win. The only way we both win is that the fight is made, dog. I'm not going through encyclopedia and memorizing shit page for page so I can sit here and go through a damn one-on-one thesis. Because look, if you say your fighter is the most complete boxer in the sport, why hasn't he made a transition to another division or two, just as Canelo has done, just like many, Roy Jones Jr., Floyd Mayweather, just as many have done, even Mikey Garcia, Vasil Lomachenko, just individuals that have been multi-division champions. Even Alexander Usyk. Why hasn't he, if he's that complete fighter, why is he still home staying down in the welterweight division without making progress to be great? This dude is not great, y'all. The only thing great about Errol Spence, he has a lot of people that's on YouTube trying to talk him up to being great. He's very one-dimensional when it comes to boxing. I'm not going to sit and entertain a 150-question essay on every aspect of his offense, defense, his foot movement, his reaction time, his boxing IQ, his head movement, his defense, the speed of his jab, his punch volume per round, his power punches. That shit is boring, dog. Knockout, no, I didn't say numbers are fake. I said the numbers aren't verified by nobody but trusted sources, whoever the fuck trusted sources are. Destiny PPV numbers ain't verified. You don't trust the live gate numbers. They report you got trusted issues. I can see where you're going with that, knockout. I can see where you're going with that. That was a good wordplay too. One thing I can say, gate is much different than PPV. Gate. And even gate can be fluffed. The gate and PPV numbers can be fluffed. Why do you think a lot of these dang promotions don't even come out with numbers? You gonna trust Eddie Hearn's numbers? Hear Eddie Hearn say his fighters are doing like 9.5 PPV buys, 9.5 million. People sit up here for real. Oh shit, Eddie Hearn is the damn king. He's bullshitting y'all, dog. Just like he did about the damn Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury. He just be bullshitting, dog. Aaron on deck say arrow truth. I'm not sure what that is. Knockout, are PPV numbers verified? Are live gate numbers verified along with comp tickets? I'll wait. That's a good point. The best welterweight you want to know is Terrence Crawford, bro. Appreciate you for pulling up there, Aaron. That's an easy one right there. That's an easy one. Waiting around for a Spence fight that may or may not happen does nothing for Crawford's legacy. Absolutely nothing. And that's why I would recommend to Crawford, you don't have to wait around for Spence. Who gives a fuck if they sit up here and say you're ducking Spence, which we know that's not true. You're a 3 division. Go get your 4th division up at 154. We're about to have the Jermell Charlo and Brian Castano fight. After that, we'll see what happened. The same goes for Jermell Charlo. I already told y'all, I was the only one out here saying it, even though I've heard people use my shit, but I say it again. The only way, and look, black fighters ain't gonna be able to pull this off. I'm just gonna be honest. But this is what I said previously. I say if Jermell Charlo is able to become undisputed, all he have to do is to boost, Errol Spence's Wall Street. Is the fact that once he win the titles, allow Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence to fight at 154. Jermell Charlo loses the titles with a rematch clause, but yet Errol Spence is able to become unified, undisputed at 154. In the rematch, Jermell Charlo get his titles back. He himself become a 2-time undisputed unified champion at 54, and Errol Spence become a 2-division unified champion and undisputed at 154. His stock goes up, and also his legacy. You know what I'm saying? He has another badge to his legacy. But you know what? They ain't gonna make that shit happen. I know they heard WCS bring this scenario up before. Nope. I was the first one to bring that shit up because if they was able to pull that shit off, it'd be grand. Errol Spence wouldn't need Terrence Crawford. That's your stablemate right there. Let's plot and scheme. That's what boxing does. Plot and motherfucking scheme. Jermell, start a motherfucking beef. They good for that. Build it up. Y'all both in Texas. People will believe the shit. Get the fight with a rematch clause. And Errol go in there and beat Jermell Charlo. And pick up those undisputed titles. That's if he can get through Brian Castano. It's not even guaranteed he can get through Brian Castano yet. Because Castano was coming in there with them hammers. I'm just telling you. I'm going to move on for that shit, though. I put it out there again. That's how Errol Spence can boost up his shit, dog. You want to talk about if he ain't fought Terrence Crawford yet and Jermell Charlo is able to unify and he move up to 54 and win, then move back down to 47. Guess what? It'll be a bit more different talk. You know what I'm saying? What he's been able to do, the conversation become a bit more important. I don't know. That's like an easy catch and go right there, dog. Hey, isn't that what he asked you, Destiny? You know what a catch and shoot? And Destiny said, I don't give a fuck about no catch and shoot, nigga. This ain't motherfucking Easter egg hunt. You know what I'm saying? You can't ask boxing fans about technical terms. Boxing fans don't give a look. Some of these boxing fans out here on YouTube, they don't give a fuck about no boxing term. Just because you train something doesn't mean you study the sport. You can train the sport, but that doesn't mean you know every intricate layer to those who did it before, and you know how they came up in the sport. You're not a historian. Some of you are a boxing trainer and you know certain aspects of training boxing. That doesn't mean you're a historian to the sport. Nobody's worrying about no damn catch and shoot, dog. Crawford needs, and by the way, Floyd Mayweather was one of the best to do that shit. Crawford needs Spence for his legacy, and keep it all the way a buck. Crawford didn't find nobody. Man, you sound crazy. Why would Crawford need Spence? And Spence haven't did anything to be considered a legacy himself. Keith Thurman has did equal to that of Spence. If you want me to break you down like a car jack, I will. Keith Thurman had the WBC and the WBA. Errol Spence picked up the WBC belt that Keith Thurman used to have. He never beat Keith Thurman for the belt. I don't give a fuck how much you saying that Keith Thurman didn't want to fight Errol Spence. That's Keith Thurman's belt that Errol Spence has. It don't matter if he got it from Sean Porter. Furthermore, if you go by the sanctioning bodies in order, WBC, WBA, IBF, and WBO, Errol Spence has WBC and the IBF. Keith Thurman has had the WBC and the WBA. Let me move on. Free Hoover. On deck, Mike Coppinger and Chris Broussard is their trusted sources. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. To anyone who doesn't know already, I'm campaigning for Crawford to move up. Yes, sir. Let's campaign for Crawford to get up out this 47 division because it's just too much back and forth, dog. You know, we don't want to hear, do you know about the 3-point pivot, kick, slide to the right, 2 paces, bounce off the ropes, and shoot the 2? Y'all know about that? Oh, you don't know about that? You don't know shit about boxing, dog. Like I said, we can go down resume. Spence got the best resume, point blank. Crawford has the most active default. Nobody's with the post. For real, man. They got to have the post because they had to step in the ring. Everybody he stepped into the ring, they just erased, man. It's just like that red motherfucking flash on Men in Black. Yes, they put that shit in front of you. Now, what's Crawford's record? His record is 0-0. Now, I didn't ask you Conor McGregor's record. What's Crawford's record? 0 wins, 0 losses. See, this pen is fucking these motherfuckers up, for real. I just wanted him to goddamn forget about saying the same shit about the PPV numbers, but they forgetting all the damn shit about. I'm serious, dog. That's the way I feel, dog, for real. I never said Spence didn't need Crawford. When you worded that Crawford needs Spence, initially, I'm going off what you said. You know what I'm saying? We're not throwing out something that's hard to interpret, right? We're not doing that. Seawood on deck. What's good? I concur. Garden variety numbers don't get announced. Only record-breaking ones get light. Talk to him, man. Talk to him. LOL and Aaron, you're delusional. Spence been at welterweight for 10 years, and his 2 best wins are Porter and Kale. Stop the madness, son. Damn. Why y'all doing this before Christmas? God damn. I'm probably gonna have motherfuckers unsubbing to me about this. Damn. Nigga, fuck you, nigga. You let Destiny in your live chat, nigga. Fuck you. She was talking shit. I'm just saying, dog, this Christmas is going to be different. I know them cats over there just talk. Man, I don't take this shit personal, man. But I know, man, this going to be repercussions behind this shit, dog. She just said 10 years and 2 best wins are Porter and Kale. Is she lying? Real talk. Is she lying, though? Take away Mikey. Is she lying? Kale Brook gets the auto because of the IBF title. He gets the auto, right? And Porter gets it because of WBC. But Porter is this name who is lost to all the big names. He's just like Danny Garcia. Him and Danny Garcia is somewhat similar. They both have a common opponent in Errol Spence. They both lost to Errol Spence. Sean Porter looked a little better, of course. But both of them lost to Errol Spence. Both Danny Garcia and Sean Porter lost to Keith Thurman. That is true. So what's Crawford's best win? I'll wait. Hey, his best wins is every time he go up there and have the referee stop the damn fight. You know what I call Crawford wins? No scorecards. That's what I call him. Hashtag no scorecards, Aaron. Take that back to wherever channel you used to popping up on and use hashtag no scorecards. You know how you go no scorecards? You knock the motherfucker out. You get a stoppage. I don't give a fuck if they auntie, they uncle, they damn stepbrother, they step uncle, step auntie, they step grandmother, got up on the apron. Stop it. Sean's beating up the canvas. No, you're supposed to beat up Crawford. I don't care who stops the fucking fight. Hashtag no scorecards, goddammit. That's his best opponent. So having Mike and Danny on your resume makes you the best welterweight now, I guess. Hey, man, you know how it is, man. They want to give him all the credit of every Hispanic that he fought at AT&T. He fought 2 Garcias at AT&T, and they want to praise this man to the damn pantheon of motherfucking boxing, dog. He fought 2 Garcias at AT&T, and they say, oh, he sold it out. He didn't fucking sell out the AT&T stadium. Hold on, I came in the middle. Is this live you doing right now? What? Is this live you doing right now about my show yesterday? Bro, this is the one. This is my thumbnail, bro. You kind of late on what I said about your show yesterday. You kind of late about that. This is the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail for today. Now, when I was talking earlier about Destiny, whoever panel she was on, I think she was on your panel. I was just giving her flowers about, the criminal activity that took place with her, responding to the PPV, put more butts in the seats type shit. And basically clarifying that it's childish to keep on talking about the same stuff. Not only that, I mean, from that point, I forgot what the bookmark time was. Her energy didn't change. I mean, I thought it was a classic line that she said, okay, I get it. He's the most popular nigga on planet Earth. That shit was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie, man. I mean, I had to go drink some water and shit, knock out. That shit was hilarious, bro. I had to put some ice cubes in that shit. I thought it was a classic line, man. I get it. He's the most popular nigga on planet Earth. I get it, dog. That being the reason why PPV comes up every time, putting butts in the seats when it's Crawford and Spence. That's why we talk about it. Because Arrow is the most popular nigga on planet Earth, period. Cited by Destiny Black. That's all I'm saying, dog. It's nothing personal. I just say she sat there and clinked the 2 glasses together. The bitch was already on fire. She threw 1 cocktail. The room started getting hot. The conversation kept going. And the next one came in. Incoming. It was hilarious, dog. I'm not gonna lie, man. She was on fire that night, for real. For real. She was on fire, dog. I ain't gonna lie, man. Don't take it personal, knockout. I'm just giving her flowers, man. The whole motherfucking Brinks truck. Gamboa, Benavidez, Kale, Porter Horn, and I keep going. Postal. Man, look, we have to throw Julius Ndongo in there regardless of people don't give much respect. You know what I'm saying, to who Ndongo was. Ndongo had titles at the time that Crawford stopped him in the 3rd round. You know what I'm saying? People gave Regis Prograis for stopping Ndongo in the 2nd round. But see, it was different because Crawford was unifying the division. He was unifying the division. Not only that, Crawford had the smarts to say it's time for me to move up to 47. Now, that's where the gray area comes into play, where everybody's believing he should go wait for Spence and become the IBF mandatory and all that other shit, and then not go over here and get a title. So if it's okay for Errol Spence to say, take the easy route and go fight Sean Porter for a title, but yet and still, you vilify the shit out of Terrence Crawford going out there and fighting Jeff Horn, who obviously has a fucking title. He stopped a man in 10 rounds. It wasn't that damn easy of a fight. It wasn't that fucking easy. We're talking about a Jeff Horn who has a Manny Pacquiao. But damn, y'all want to sit up here and say, oh, let me make excuses for Manny Pacquiao. He really won that fight. Oh, Manny Pacquiao was robbed and he was just doing them dirty. He was roughing them up. But then y'all take the same old Manny Pacquiao, who is aged even more, bring him over to a fight where he gets an opportunity to step in there with a champion at his age. Manny Pacquiao gets the opportunity, all because he gets some glorification for defeating Adrian Broner. He gets a chance to fight Keith Thurman. When he won that shit, he could do no wrong again. But that shit died out, fizzled, because he didn't do shit with the belt. They even put that man on recess, and he thought he was going to come out of all those months in recess for no apparent reason. He wasn't injured, nor did he fit the protocol of being on recess as a champion, and thought he was going to get reinstated as the WBA champion to fight Spence. Did you see that picture when him and Spence was on stage and he had his belt when he wasn't even the champion yet? Nigga, you was playing with our emotions, dog. Destiny, you a casual about a statement you wrote. Man, she ain't no casual. She just don't want to hear the same bullshit over and over, dog. I ain't talking for that woman. I'm not talking for her. All I'm saying is the shit that took place. To me, I had to do a whole live on it because for me, myself, I'm speaking to me. I just felt it was some clear, concise responses that she had to the same shit that I have debated on several panels, and something I don't give a fuck about either. I don't give a fuck about the PPV numbers and butts in the seats and all that shit unless you're doing record-breaking numbers. And the solid point that she made once again was that they're not fact-checked unless they're breaking numbers. How can you not give somebody credit for saying something so basic, so simple? I know it's hard to surrender when you say, oh, you know what? I took that motherfucker to the chest. You took that shit to the chest, dog. Y'all took that shit to the chest, bro. I'm serious. Y'all took that shit to the chest. Don't sit up here and talk all that shit about WCS. You know, when I be showing up behind enemy lines by myself, I don't be tag teaming shit. And I ain't tag teaming this. I just have to call it for what I saw, man. Name how many world champions best beat on his resume compared to Crawford's. Hey, y'all in the chat, you know, name how many world champions, man. Seriously. Aaron sounds like he's reading directly from his Bud Hater flashcards he keep in his back pocket. He's about to go through all the narratives. And see, Andrew, this is what I'm saying. That is the exact reason why I highlighted what happened over there, because you have individuals that speak. They can look, Andrew, you know well as I do. If I sit up here, you and I and everybody else, if we sit up here and talk about the same shit over and over again, even those individuals that's in the live chat that don't do lives, they may not have a channel. They're gonna know what the narrative and the conversation is about, because we keep on mentioning the same shit when it comes to damn Crawford and Spence. So even your audience in the live chat is gonna continue. It's like, oh, I know what they're about to say. They're about to talk about butts in the seats. Just hold on for a second. They be getting, and look, they might have company over. Hey, y'all come in for a second. I guarantee you, in the next 2 minutes, they're going to mention butts in the seats. Watch. I can tell you this. I can tell you what aerospin, he put butts in the seat. Oh, my God. Here we go again. We're talking. Oh, my God, dog. Oh, my God. Damn. That was such a relief seeing that shit. I ain't going to lie, dog. I'm telling you, man, you keep on talking about the same shit, people gonna start checking you on it, dog. Don't bring that shit up again, man. They're gonna be scared to bring that shit up, dog. And y'all don't be trying to gang up on Destiny either, man. She's just one person, dog. She is one person. Don't get mad at me and be calling me a bitch ass nigga behind my back. You know I done showed up on the challenge before. I'm not showing up for a while. I'm gonna go back to the holidays. I'm gonna let this shit sizzle, because when the arsonists come through like she did, you gotta allow them to the smoke to die down, the motherfucking, for it to start smoldering. Then they have to go in there and do demolition, clean that shit up, and rebuild. Once the shit is rebuilt in 2022, then I'll show back up and be like, hey, how y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? It's a new year. It's fresh. No grudges, y'all. Oh, my God, dog, man. Damn. That is so childish. Oh, my God. We understand he's the most popular nigga on planet Earth. Damn. It ain't narrative, it's facts, homeboy. So listen there, Aaron. Don't be so quick to say what's facts, bro. At your age, I'm considering you age appropriate adult, right? Stop just saying facts to everything. Everything that's associated with your opinion driven narrative isn't facts, bro. It isn't. Look, it doesn't matter if it was Horn and Gamboa. Both of those fights, you all continue to talk about. So since you continue to talk about those two names, they must mean something. They must mean something if you keep talking about Horn and Gamboa. That's some other shit. Listen, don't burn down my shit, that Destiny. But that is the shit that I'm talking about. That is why people get irritated on hearing the same stuff. Horn Gamboa, Gamboa Horn, Horn Gamboa. Who is he following his resume? The fact remains that the dude is still undefeated. I heard somebody the other day that say that about Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? If he's not a complete fighter, what does his box rec say? How many wins do we have and how many losses? Okay, I'll say the same thing about Terrence Crawford. The man has 29 knockouts. One most recent of what? Sean Porter. They didn't put an asterisk up there as if we talking about Barry Bonds' career. They put 29 knockouts, God damn it. 29 knockouts, y'all. 29 knockouts. We waiting on freaking Errol Spence to be lucky number 8. Because he might have to fight somebody in between. I wanted Spence to be lucky 7, but he might be lucky 8. Ocho. Hello, right, Andrew. This boxing dummy don't know shit about boxing. Spence is great. No, he isn't, bro. You know, Spence, he can be a 6-7 ballot, Hall of Famer, if he was to quit today. You know what I'm saying? He'd be somewhere up the road, all popularity. You know what I'm saying? But I'd be petty, and I'd be sending that motherfucking live up there. Hey, I just want to send you this screen record. When shit got burnt down over there, when they say he's the most popular nigga on planet Earth, check out this screen record right here. He shouldn't get in the Hall of Fame because it ain't based off popularity. It's based off goddamn credentials and legacy. Don't put him in the Hall this year or next year or the year after that. Wait him out. For real, dog. Don't come up here talking about Spence shit he's great. Spence ain't did shit that Keith Thurman ain't great. And look at y'all dogging out Keith Thurman because he had an injury and the man went and got married. And we all know what Spence did. But Keith Thurman did the same thing. Keith Thurman did the same thing that Errol Spence did. He had 2 titles. He was unified. And y'all dogging that man out. Y'all ain't got nothing good to say about Keith Thurman. All Spence has on this resume left to separate him from Bud is Mikey and Danny. If you think they are the standard bearers of greatness, then go ahead and run with that. Man, go talk your shit, Andrew, for real. Gamboa was a top 10 pound for pound and 2-time Olympic gold medalist that Mikey ducked. Yeah, you clearly don't know shit about boxing. Damn. Oh, God damn. Why this before Christmas? Why before Christmas? Damn. I guess this what they meant when they said chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Shit, Molotov cocktails in your life. Terrence is more fluent with this punches. Arrows is more technical with his punches. Listen, I look, y'all cats love to say what Errol Spence is more technical at doing, man. I'm not gonna give it any shine at that point. I'm not gonna give it any shine right now. Mikey won the belts in multiple weight divisions. Yeah, he's a 4-division champion, but he was a lightweight moving up to welterweight. Just like they say about Terrence Crawford. What has Mikey did to get a shot at Dan Errol Spence? Because he's Mexican? Because he's Mexican? You want to take 4-division champion Mikey Garcia, but then you don't want to say shit about Terrence Crawford? Who did Mikey beat to get that notoriety, so to speak? Because then divisions don't matter when it comes to Crawford. Are you going to give him Robert Easter? Oh, you're going to give him Sergey Lipinets at 40, right? Right? Like, that's what I'm saying, man. Nobody talks about who Mikey fought to get a shot at aerospins. They'll sit up. Well, technically, he moved up one weight class. No, technically, he moved up 2. Technically. You going to give him credit for Robert Easter? Shout out to Bunny. I like Bunny. Cool cat. Much respect. But I'm just saying that when you hear them mention Mikey Garcia, bro, you rarely hear them mention 4-division champion, right? And you I'm talking about scarcely hear them mention names that he fought in his career. To step in there with Errol Spence in the first fight at welterweight. You rarely hear them say shit about it. But when it comes to Terrence Crawford, nope. First of all, we want a cup. We want a blood test. We have to do a full medical exam just to start this conversation because something isn't right. They be trying to find everything. Did he test positive for weed? Shit. Bear aspirin? Anything? Oh, shit. Any banned substance on the list? No? Shit. Any alcohol? They be trying to goddamn locate anything for Crawford, dog. Any fucking thing. I'm trying to figure out what's up. Is the conversation being had right now about my show last night? Someone please let me know. Bro, what are you talking about? What is the thumbnail? Like, I'll stop trying to make it about you, bro. What are you talking about your show? I already done made a live, man. Check the replay. I already did a live about Destiny. I never, you sitting up here talking about your show. Your show is public record, my guy. Your show is public record. I didn't say anything bad about your show until Destiny chimed in about, responding to Coach and said that, shit, she's tired of hearing about damn butts in the seats. So if that's your show and you're the proprietor on a social media platform, which makes you a contractor, you are a contractor on social media. Why you keep mentioning the same thing, bro? This ain't the first time you have mentioned something about somebody else's live or you heard somebody mention something about your live. Come on, bro. You was there. Knockout Boxing, I don't believe so. This show this ain't about his live. It's just Destiny's in this chat. That's all I'm saying. Once again, let me reiterate this for you. Let me reiterate my thumbnail. What does that say again? Take a good look at it. Who did 300K PPV buys? Who did 300K PPV? 300K plus? Mikey or Errol? That's my topic today. Man, don't get it twisted, knockout. Like, come on, bro. What you pulling up over here like it's an issue or something, huh? Come on, man. We on social media. You messing up my vibe. I'm trying to highlight, the talking points that happen over there when goddamn Destiny set your shit ablaze, dog. That's all I'm damn saying. It wasn't that personal. A lot of channels are pumping numbers to justify why the fights are happening. Hey, man, that goes along with what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? These bogus ass butts in the seats bullshit. And then saying the same retreaded information. Deaf to all that. Deaf to all of that. We want to see the fucking fight. YouTube is turned into a motherfucking circus because people are talking about the same shit. If you get mad about people saying the same shit and then you have somebody reply and retort to it, and that shit is funny as hell, don't get mad at me because you're being sensitive. If I thought what she said on your platform was hilarious, goddamn, I'm going to keep laughing. I might have a couple of tear jerkers in there, but I'm going to drink some water, rehydrate, and laugh some more. I just thought the shit was classic. That's all. That doesn't take away from you knowing boxing. You know, I done gave y'all props. Don't come over here trying to check me if that's what you're trying to do. If some things refer to your channel, bro, that's what it is. She was on your shit, and I was highlighting something she said alive before this. This isn't about that. Them dudes said Errol versus Marvin Hagler will be a close fight. Listen, see, that's where it becomes insanely delusional right there. Shout out to Jay Ocho on deck. See, I don't even want to break shit down when it comes to Hagler. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people up here coming up with these crazy fucking scenarios. They want to mention Marvin Hagler, dog. How is Errol Spence even in the conversation with Hagler? Why you don't put him in the conversation with Sugar Ray? Like, why Hagler though, bro? What makes you think that is the proper boxer in history to compare Errol Spence to? I mean, realistically, I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Like, what make y'all say that, man? I'll have to. I'm just gonna leave that alone, because then I'm getting Errol Spence too much credit against a fighter like Marvin Hagler. Shout out to the late Marvin Hagler, man. Much respect to you. Spence don't deserve to be in the name in the conversation with Marvin Hagler. Nigga said fuck accolades and bring up what Danny did at 140. See? That's what I'm talking about, J. Ocho. You know damn well they said fuck accolades. They said fuck accolades, dog. But yet when I mention it, people always want to act like I'm speaking a foreign language. You said fuck accolades when it comes to damn Terrence Crawford. He ain't did shit. And then we have to break down the shit that Spence haven't done. Fighting a damaged Kell Brook. In a short period of time thereafter, after taking a beating 2 weight classes. See, for a long time, I used to say 1 weight class, right? To see who was going to correct me. Certain shit that I put out there for look, I'll do it for a long period of time just to see who would do their research. Kell Brook went up 2 fucking weight classes, dog. Got punished. And then goddamn came back down as leftovers for Spence. And people would say, well, the Kell Brook who Crawford fought wasn't the same Kell Brook who fought Errol Spence. The Sean Porter who fought Errol Spence isn't the same Sean Porter who fought Terrence Crawford. Isn't that a crock of fresh, piping hot cow shit right there with donkey piss on top? I mean, come on, dog. What are y'all doing to this boxing game? Y'all niggas was the same one saying that Sean Porter, if Terrence Crawford fight on the inside with Sean Porter, he gonna get knocked out. Sean Porter too strong, man. Sean Porter, he's proven. So if y'all giving Sean Porter all this hype from fight after fight that he keep losing, Kell Brook lose, Keith Thurman lose, Errol Spence lose. Now granted, Sean Porter ended these fights on his feet. Even the fight he had with Adrian Broner, he was knocked down in the championship round. He got up, right? He's ending these fights on his feet. But yet, all of a sudden, he faced Terrence Crawford. He ain't shit no more. All because his pops want to dilute the win and say, oh, I wanted to stop it in practice. Why didn't you, goddammit? I don't want to hear no bullshit about Kenny Porter allowing his son to fight. His son was just fine. This motherfucker was out here fighting, sparring the likes of Gervonta Davis and shit. So how in the hell are you going to say he wasn't ready? That's absolutely utter bullshit right there. That's just to take away from Crawford's win. And then he has Crawford on his podcast. And he pretty much is being a sport about it. I don't blame the Sean Porter, but I blame how his pops came in at the conclusion. If you didn't think your son was ready, you shouldn't have put him in the fucking ring. J.A. Wright, but won't mention how Danny ducked Postal. Man, we ain't talking about that shit. This is a goddamn Crawford show, goddammit. This is a Crawford show. That's what this is. This is a Crawford show. We trying to build up the fight instead of talking about the same shit. Because I'm tired of seeing motherfucking smoke. I'm getting smoke inhalation in this bitch, man. If Porter didn't leave on a stretcher, then Bud ain't win. Man, hey, Porter was the one that was chosen. He was good for everybody else. He was going to knock out Terrence Crawford. It's going to be Terrence Crawford's best opponent to date. And what happened? He gets fucking stopped for the first time. And they say he wasn't the same Sean Porter who stepped in there with Spence. That is the biggest crock of shit ever, dog. That is absolutely insane. That's insane. The amount of biasness goes on in this damn YouTube community. James say they don't give Bud competition any credit. They were all bums. I don't like to entertain them. You stay over there long enough, you get used to the timing. Listen, Papa. This is what I tell you to do. When you showing up on them panels, because I see you on these panels, right? Get their timing down. If you listen to these cats talk, and when the subject is there for Spence and Bud Crawford, just wait. Just wait. Get their timing down just like you're getting ready to spar. You will absolutely understand what I was talking about with Destiny Black's reactive time. You'll get their timing down on what they're going to talk about next. It's only so many ways they can go. It's only so many combinations they can throw. They might start off with the resume, but that's getting so old and stale, right? And the reason why that's old and stale, that Papa, is because he stopped Sean Porter. So then they start talking about numbers. This when all the unemployed CFOs come into the panel. Hey, hey, everybody. Hey, I heard y'all was talking about Crawford Spence. Yeah. Man, Crawford don't sell shit. That's when you get their timing down, dog. Boom. Get on that ass early. Pop. You got to fire back quick. Oh, my God. Oh, my, not this shit again. Oh, my God, dog. We ain't talking about this shit again, are we? See, that's why I ain't like talking about this topic. We talk about the same shit all. You just got to get your timing down, Papa. That's all. Because they'll take you where you want to go. They will give you the target right there in front of you. I'm telling you, that shit would be plain as day. They would start talking about Bud don't put butts in the seats. He don't do numbers. He don't sell. And then you done heard motherfuckers come out with 50 or 60 different. He did 35K, didn't he? He did 42K, didn't he? Didn't he do like 15K? Or what he did? Like 88K? Which one is it, nigga? That just validates why I was laughing my ass off when Destiny said what she said. She said the damn numbers are not fact checked unless they're considered to be breaking records. I'm not even a messenger. You can hit the replay all you want. Pop, but when you confront them about Spence being at welterweight for 10 years and only got 2 good names on his resume, hey, let the serenade continue. Serenade them with cactus plants. Just drop that shit down, man. Seriously. Freshly cut cactus plants. Just drop that shit on their motherfucking head. For real. Why all of a sudden, look, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't know too much about how long you've been on this YouTube shit. I don't know. You know, I don't frequent like that to know this, that, and the other. I just started seeing you on Southern T not too long ago. But listen, why is she saying stuff that a lot of us, understand clearly? This is information that's out there already. I'm gonna make a big deal of it because it's been mentioned. And according to how many people on the panel, and people want to team up and become a union and all talk at the same time and say you don't know shit about boxing and this, that, and the other, and they get all feelings and they just start then bringing up old shit. No, just listen. It's on BoxRec. It don't matter how many thumbnails you put up. Spence has been campaigning since Alejandro Barrera. He been campaigning at a welterweight. Before that, he was just up there going from damn super welterweight to welterweight, super welterweight, back down to welterweight. So he decided Alejandro Barrera, he was going to consistently stay at 47. Now, just because you want to put that in there, and it's true, hey, y'all have to deal with that shit, bro. He said, hey, what do I know? For real. Hey, what do I know? Shout out to Showtime, man. Hey, what do I know? You know what I'm saying? Bruce goes on deck. How you feeling, Bruce? Shout out to the OG Bruce, man. Before the Porter fight, they were saying Bob was going to sabotage Crawford's career. Then, when he got the stoppage, it was Kenny got paid off. They all got to play. See, god damn, y'all have been talking this Christmas shit, dog. The bells are ringing and shit. You absolutely right, dog. They was up there saying that everybody who leaves Bob Arum pretty much get their shit sabotaged. That's what they were saying, y'all. They knew for a fact, seeing what Crawford had mentioned and the interaction that him and Bob Arum had in front of millions, they know for a fact that this fight with Sean Porter was going to be Terrence Crawford's demise, y'all. This was going to be his demise. Bob Arum had all the booby traps set up. He goes out there and gets stopped. And just like they said, Kenny got paid off. Sean Porter, he was getting $4 million. Kenny got 50 of that. Yeah, he stopped the fight because he was going to get paid anyway. Man, see, that's what you get. It's people out here frustrated with that shit. Obviously, Andrew's been on some panels. I see him on other panels, and he's been paying attention. All you have to do is hang around enough to get your timing down. You would see the punch a mile away coming. You would see the punch a mile away. Motherfuckers start talking about the same shit, and you can start to move your head. Oh, shit. This motherfucker in slow motion. Oh, my God. That's how these lives become when it comes to Spence and Crawford. I'm telling you, this is one of those topic of discussions that is so deep. Like, you can't beat it down anymore. This shit looked terrible. This shit has been ripped apart. Let's be honest. Spence Group is giving Mikey zero respect outside the context of him fighting Spence. True. You know what I'm saying? True, man. Like I said before, what did they give Mikey Garcia credit for? You know what I'm saying? Like when they compare him being on Spence record, what do they say? Oh, that's Mikey Garcia. But if you're going to talk about who he fought, what about the names? He's a 4th division champ. But when Sergey Lipinets moved up to 47, they wasn't giving him no respect about anything until he stepped in there with Boots. Only when Boots fought Sergey, they was like hyping him up. Oh, man, this is the same guy that Mikey fought at 140. He's a former world champion. He's legit. It was good to see him up here. Man, this is going to be a tough fight. Boots should get it. You know what I'm saying? They was hyping that shit up. But what one fighter on Mikey's record that they highlight enough for us to say, yeah, you know what, aerospin should have fought Mikey. Why did he give Mikey this? Why did he give Mikey the shot though? Why did Mikey get the shot? Why did he deserve the shot, bro? It's all about money, man. He bought 2 Garcias to the dance. Period. He get credit for bringing 2 Garcias to the dance, 2 Latinos, 2 Hispanic fighters to the dance in Texas. And they trying to say it was all Errol Spence. No, the hell it wasn't. It was Mikey Garcia too, goddammit. You can't sit up here and say 300K plus PPV buys. He put butts in the seats. Mikey put butts in the seats because the Mexican fan base came out to see him fight. Danny Garcia's fan base came out to see him fight. It wasn't just no Errol Spence, dog. Y'all need to let that go. Look, if it was just Errol Spence, what's the percentage of fan base? Did anybody sit there in the damn parking lot and click that shit and find out? Hell no, you didn't. You didn't find out. It's impossible. You can't find out who was there for them, Errol, and who was there for Danny or Mikey Garcia. You couldn't find out. But every time you mention a fighter stepping in there with a Hispanic fighter, they always say what? Oh, that Hispanic fighter bringing the Mexican fan base. They're going to do good numbers. Oh, my God, this is going to be good. And you please say that shit again. I swear to Korean Jesus, you ain't lying. Brooks put in medical extensions before the Spence fight. He was on a win streak when he fought Bud. Consider that narrative buried. Absolutely, dog. He had fought 3 times at 154. Give the man his props. He had fought 3 times, y'all. Now, they was talking about Kell Brooks about to retire after the Terrence Crawford fight, but now he's about to fight Amir Khan. See? I always want to push the narratives, man. I remember when they weighed in and Kell Brook, they say, oh, he looked drained. He looked this, that, and the other. But yet they were still hoping he'd go in there and whoop Crawford's ass, dog. I remember the people who was doing a live, y'all. Those first 3 rounds, they was very upbeat on what they was looking at. Oh shit, Kell Brooks, he's having success on Crawford. He's really landing some good shots. Oh man. And then Crawford switched up at the end of the 3rd to southpaw and came in the 4th, and we already know the results. Stop it, bro. Man, come on. Death to the bullshit, dog. Hashtag no scorecards. When y'all talk about Terrence Bud Crawford's resume, hashtag no scorecards. That's what you look at when you talk about his resume at welterweight. We're looking for Spence to be lucky 8 because I know he ain't coming back and fighting Crawford right off the rip. Hopefully Crawford fights twice in 22. Brooks put, I read that knockout says, I ain't on no internet gangster shit, bro. I'm saying if you reference in my show, you don't have to. I'm here and we can chop it up. Look, bro, the way you run your show is the way you run your show, man. I never said you had a problem with running your show. I said the response that Destiny put out to the respondees. Now, that would be Coach and that would be Keon. Keon's did me like this. I didn't take it personal. I got his number. We didn't take that shit personal. He said stuff about people that was on my show saying something. So that's why I'm looking at, reading your comments like, you've been on there when he said something about my show. We didn't take the shit personal. But yes, I am commenting on the bookmark, the timestamp that came up. We don't have to chop up anything right now. I'm just telling you that when Destiny was responding to what the initial comment was with Coach, I'll take it upon that point to say it was a classic response. That's it. You hit the replay on your own show, man. You'll see what I'm talking about. All you got to do is look at the live that I put up about who the F is Destiny Black, and you'll find out what I mentioned. I ain't say shit about you. I said that she burned down the panel, though. You know what I'm saying? That's fact. Y'all didn't have a response for that shit knockout. What she said was hilarious about the most popular nigga on planet Earth. It was hilarious, dog. Serious, that shit was hilarious, bro. Real talk. You know that shit was funny. You know she was making a lot of sense about butts in the seats. You know the shit was absolutely real, dog. Come on, man. I'm serious, dog. Don't get me up here to laughing, man, for real. The shit she said about the PPV numbers, man, too many people keep mentioning the same shit all the time. You keep saying the same shit, not you per se, but you keep saying the same shit. People gonna get your timing down. And when they hear it, they're gonna go bananas on that motherfucker. They're gonna go berserk. They're gonna say that shit ain't real. That's false. That ain't true. Those numbers y'all keep talking about, that ain't fact. If you don't come back with a fact checker, then I'm gonna give the damn nod to her. I'm gonna say, okay, she got her shit off. She burned the motherfucker down. Do you though, bro? I know Crawford, your boy. do you though? I don't know what that means though. Crawford ain't my boy. First of all, Crawford is a fighter who I support. They ain't my boy, man. I don't have any boys except the one that I birthed. That's it, that knockout. I want to see the numbers on how many times these fights get streamed for free, because nobody really doing amazing numbers, but apparently everybody and their mama's seen all the fights. I can tell you from all the criticism, Crawford, they still tuning in his fights. Because you can't tell me when Crawford has a fight coming up, people are not going to tune into it, because right now, until he steps in there or leave the division, people are going to sit up here and continue to talk. They're going to continue to tune in to see Crawford lose. I know y'all was tuning in to see him lose when Sean Porter stepped up to the plate. Y'all have been talking about him and a coming opponent. Y'all been talking about that shit too many times, y'all. I sit back and watch cats and like, look, it's hard to say this shit ain't personal. Cats be taking this shit personal. It's not. I can't take dudes personal unless you threaten. If you threaten me, then it becomes personal for me, right? But listen, just because I say I done heard this shit over and over again, you shouldn't take it personal, because I'm telling the truth. It's public record. We have devices in which we can record for our own use, our own study. You know what I'm saying? You're free game out here. Your shit is public record. You're live streaming. People can record your shit, and people can regurgitate it on another stream. And I just look at it like, I was listening to all these people when Crawford was heading in there with Sean Porter, and they really was treating this shit like Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. Like, I'm hearing people say that, yeah, I fuck with Crawford though. I fuck with Crawford, but I don't think he can. I think he in trouble with this one though. This Sean Porter, man, Sean Porter. You know what Sean Porter does? He man, I'm telling you, he been in there with tougher competition, because Crawford ain't fought nobody. That's the same shit they say. Sean Porter being there with tougher competition. Crawford ain't never faced nobody like Sean Porter. And the motherfucker go in and get stopped, bro. He gets stopped. Sean Porter is beating the canvas, pouting, throwing a temper tantrum. He's having a motherfucking anxiety release right now. This dude is beating the canvas, which isn't the canvas, not even the third, fourth man in the ring. He stopped Sean Porter first time in Sean Porter's career. And you think I'm not going to talk about it? Yes, I'm going to talk about it, bro. Brown on Boxing on deck. What's good? The illegal streams are in millions. Yes, sir. You're right. Brown on Boxing got the B. Kell Brook was a 50-50 fight for Bud till he stopped him. Now Kell was washed. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? The integrity part, I don't find too much integrity in boxing. It's not about morals and principles, like I always say. But when it comes down to this shit right here, YouTube is just taking it to a whole nother field of distortion. For real. It's almost like putting on beer goggles, man. Like, the shit, you really have to just look at this shit from listen to this shit from a distance. You have to know what to filter. You have to really educate yourself the right way. Because some of these channels, they push narratives that are extremely biased for the fighter they want to support. I've never seen so many people support Errol Spence, and they will cuss your ass out. I don't cuss people out if they don't like Terrence Crawford. But goddamn it, most of the panels I've been on, pro Spence panels, you have people just up there that want to argue. They just want to argue you down that Errol Spence is the dude. He's the big fish. Well, goddamn, I've seen plenty of fishes goddamn swimming in a motherfucking pothole. Them bitches ain't going nowhere. They just trying to motherfucking survive the next vehicle that's coming over there so they won't goddamn get their ass crushed. I've seen a lot of fish swimming in potholes. How is Errol Spence the big fish or anything right now? All these people that's out here on YouTube should take it upon themselves to really reach out, because I know he showed up to a couple of channels. You know what I'm saying? I remember when Spence showed up the barbershop, which I thought was cool. You know, shout out to Barbershop Conversations. Fred, he showed up over there. I thought that shit was cool. But check this out, though. Spence is not going to get that type of love. I mean, not Spence, Crawford. Crawford's not going to get that type of love because he don't do that shit. Like Crawford, you rarely see him out here. And I get it, bro. I get it why you ain't showing up. So now that they have a disconnect. Crawford is not showing them that type of Spence love. So now they just want a full pledge support Spence. Spence protest, pro Spence rally, pro Spence all day, big fish, hashtag man down, hashtag strap season. Plus, you have a lot of individuals out there in Texas. Even though, you know, he's from Long Island, ain't he? It's good. You can hang out there long enough for people to say, okay, we embrace you. We accept you as a Texan. The thing is, them streams are not illegal. The thing is, them streams are not illegal. So once again, like, I know people put it in there, Bruce. This is another thing I don't get. When it comes to numbers like that, people illegal streaming illegally, crack streaming or whatever they call it, and PPV numbers. You know, I really don't get involved in those numbers. All I know is, you know, Errol Spence went 50% PPV shares against Carlos Ocampo, who nobody gives a fuck about and haven't heard too much at all. The same Carlos Ocampo that landed a two-punch combination on Spence before he knocked him out. The fight didn't last that long. I'm just saying, like, you went 50% with Carlos Ocampo. 50% PPV share. Not until you step up and fight a lightweight that you decide to say, oh, I got to increase my stock. So with Mikey, I'm going to do 60. Sean Porter, I'm going to do 60. Danny Garcia, I'm going to do 60. Well, guess what? Terrence Crawford is not them. You know what I'm saying? Terrence Crawford ain't them, y'all. So we're gonna have to come to a reasonable resolution when it comes to the YouTube shit, so people can start taking this serious. We need to stop repeating the same thing on this fight. It's not gonna make it come any closer, y'all. Real talk, it ain't. And don't get mad because I'm up here highlighting shit that went down, bro. It's all love, that knockout. I don't do no internet gangster shit. I gotta stay to my code too. I don't do that shit. And you know, I told you the first time I even saw you, but I'm just saying, I think she blew up the spot for real. Because she said some real shit. If I would have said it on a panel, they would have said, man, what the fuck? Just like I said, you take away the accolades, you take away the titles at welterweight. How do we come together and determine what fighters get what percentage if we take away the WBO, we take away the WBC and the IBF from Spence? Take their championships away. Because the message I was getting, the accolades didn't fucking matter. I'm just saying, the PPV numbers. No more butts in the seat shit. She burned that shit to hell. That's done. I just feel it's a dead topic. I'm serious. I just feel it's a dead topic. No more people butts in the seats, butts in the seats, butts in the seats, man. That shit is dead. New criteria has to come up that's more realistic, scenario based to get this fight, to be looked upon as something that's realistic and fair, not the extreme biasness where we have topics that's leaning heavy towards Spence. Because when I hear topics that's leaning heavy towards Spence, I'm gonna have lives like this. Then I'm gonna tell you why Spence is not as heavy as you making him to be. He's not the big fish, y'all. He ain't did shit that's memorable. 11th round knockdown of Sean Porter is memorable. Adrian Broner did this shit already, dog. He did it already. Unifying the welterweight division, Thurman did it already, dog. In this era, Thurman did it already. What more is it to put out there? Why y'all hyping this dude up? Y'all gassing this nigga big time. Crawford is an introvert and a very private person. It's sad that he gets hate for being an introvert and private. You said private person. I can tell you another reason why I relate to him, because I'm pretty much like Crawford. I'll take that back. I'm not like Crawford. Let me rephrase. When it comes to him not really being a media person, like if I was in his position, I wouldn't be that media person either. Like I was posting shit to YouTube. I had my account for a long time. You see my YouTube, I had my account for a long time, but I wasn't on him doing no damn lives. I was just going to fights. I just jump on YouTube and watch other people's shit. But during the time I started posting, that's when I don't care too much to talk to the media like that. I chill with who I talk to and I'll chop it up and all that. But I respect the man. You know why? Because every time I see him in person, I hear all the negative shit online. But when I see him in person, this man is always with his family, bro. Always. All his kids, his wife, mother, if he ain't wrestling with some of his family, he always with his fam, dog. I see Crawford out there walking the strip like a normal human being. He ain't got 7 or 8 bodyguards with him. I remember when I was chilling out in NYC way back when, he was like mere 2-3 feet from me. He was out there doing something in the window with somebody talking and all that. Bomac was out there, all that shit. I got respect for the man. Every time I see him, he got his family out there. Come on, think about that shit. You think I'm gonna sit up here and say all this shit about him as a fighter? He ain't shit as a person. When I done seen the man in person, he don't have to talk to the media. So since he don't come over here to YouTube, I hear a lot of people saying Crawford need to come see us. Why the fuck he's gonna come over here and see y'all and then y'all start talking that same shit? Well, Crawford, guess what? You don't sell no tickets. He might say some shit like, well, you come fight me then. Let's see how many tickets I can sell that night. Why don't you sign a contract so we can fight? Let's see how many damn tickets we can sell. Crawford be having niggas apologizing to him online, dog. Timothy Bradley ran off at the mouth, apologized. I'm telling you, man, Crawford's that dude, dog. Crawford's that dude, man. I seen him in Texas running football routes. Man, dude's athletic. I think all around athletic-wise, he's that dude, man. Bomac got a good thing going over there with that camp. For real. Bomac got a good thing going over there with them. Even with Jamel Herring, man, the respect that went on between him and Shakur Stevenson. They used to train together and all that shit, man. Respect. Stephen Stone Cold Nelson. I hear Lolo Jones out there now. Keyshawn Davis. I don't know what the fuck I was looking at this past weekend, but Keyshawn, he looked how you put it? I wouldn't say revitalized, but goddamn, dude looks strong. Like Keyshawn came in there. He gonna be a problem, man. Shout out to his brother Calvin for fighting. They all out there Bomac, man. But Keyshawn looks strong, man. This cat look impressive. He looked a lot more impressive than he did in his fight for the silver medal. For real. Crawford, I read that. Brooks put out that picture of his abs a few days before the fight, and everybody started putting cash money on him. I just gotta leave that alone. You know what I'm saying, dog? Hey, Andrew, man, they was hyping Brooke the fuck up, wasn't they? Oh man, they so contradicting, bro. You so contradicting, dog. Y'all know y'all wanted Brooke to beat that ass. Boom. Nope. Sean Porter, come on. Oh, he has a history. He the man. Oh, this is what we gonna see. Oh shit, he's getting touched up. Nope. Then they go back to, hey, if you go to the scorecards before the stoppage, Sean Porter was, man, stop it. Hashtag no scorecards. Shit. Hashtag when it comes to Bud Crawford, hashtag no scorecards. God damn it. Keyshawn looked like a new man. I'm telling you, dog. Keyshawn looked revitalized, man. Like it looked like he had more muscle mass on him. I guess Bomac. Look, one thing I know about them strength conditioning, they ain't fucking playing over there. Like that's one thing about they fighters. Them muscles in shape. Them cats are in shape. It looked like Keyshawn had more muscle on him. Man, the way he was putting his punch combinations together, they was smooth. The delivery and everything, just his comfort in the ring, man, was on point. Him digging to the body, oh man, he was breaking down his opponent the right way. I like what I'm seeing with Keyshawn, bro. ESPN bugging. Hey, I know that fight is on right now. I should be at least paying attention to it. Let me see, can I even bring it up, man? What they bugging about, Bruce? They doing biased commentary again. What they bugging about, dog? Let me try to bring this shit up, dog. I know Marcus Brown believes in himself. I do, you know. I know he believes in himself, but I don't know, dog. I don't know. I don't know, man. So what they bugging about, Bruce? I like the canvas of that red canvas they got in that ring. These guys going life and limb. Oh boy, throwing his hand up. Say that energy, big dog. Oh shit, he's getting caught. It's on right now. They've been running through the undercard. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. They keep having technical difficulties. Okay. You know how that goes. Oh boy, keep hitting his head, dude. You don't want goddamn be slurring your speech after this fight. Put your hands up, dude. People like shit like this for real. They like fights like this. Kind of them old barroom type fights. Where fighters just throwing haymakers. And then you have a fighter that's tough as hell and getting the shit beat out of him. How did that work out for you? You just using that one arm cross face damn defense and getting punched in the forehead. It's entertaining though. I like that short hook. He hurt him. He hurt him with that short hook. Another short right hook. Bruh, stop waving your hands. You getting your ass beat. It'll come. Don't worry about it. Stop waving your hands. Oh, 1-2 bounces the head back, man. Step off. They keep having technical difference. Oh, crazy part is WCS was that Bud was ahead on all judges' scorecards before the stoppers. However, Spence barely made it the Porter fight out alive. You're right. They did have him alive. I mean, they did have him ahead. And you know, the crazy part about that too, Destiny, is the fact that they was going back to when someone was telling him that he was behind on the scorecards. And that's when Bud say, I am? How? He said, okay. I like that composure, that calmness, man. He said, okay. And then he went up there and landed that uppercut and sat Sean Porter down. I'm like, shit, man. Like, that shit was bullshit. Just like the Gervonta Davis and Mario Barrios fight. They up there say, hey, they say you behind. Why are we seeing a trend on this shit? They say you behind on unofficial scorecards. Why are they doing that? They're just the damn real people in? I mean, come on, man. He was ahead on all scorecards, dog, when he stopped Sean Porter. But yet, they're going to sit up here and say some shit like, hey, man, they got you behind. They do? How? Okay. I don't know if it was, I don't know what was going on, really. I don't know why it's so dramatic. I don't hear, look, those using lies say, I don't see this shit in MMA. You don't get to walk around the cage and do shit like we see in boxing. You don't get to see what Floyd Mayweather's doing in boxing. Just being able to basically transient the outside of the apron where Gervonta is at and just do what the hell he wants to do, and he's not a part of the team, you know, as far as the corner. You know what I'm saying? He's a promoter. He don't supposed to be standing over there giving instructions. But I done seen that shit on several occasions, and don't nobody say shit to him, dog. The commission don't fuck with him. Nobody. But that's all about to change, though. I'm serious. Watch what I tell you, y'all. It's some shit going on. That shit about to change, dog. Just like you see Terrence Crawford, you know, he's about to sign with somebody. I'm not gonna tell you who, but he's about to sign. Yes, sir. It's some stuff in the oven right now, man. And the same would go with Gervonta Davis. Shit about to change with him too. It might get ugly with Gervonta though. Remember I told you the ish was so epic when Bud did not. They forever be a classic. The ish was so epic that Bud did that. That'll forever be epic. Yeah, when he stepped out there after finding out, they told him he was behind on the scorecards. Bud is a dog, man. Like, man, he want to throw out the damn offensive strategy or the tactical plan that they had or whatever. He can do it. He has that mentality. He can go out there and get it in, bro. You know, I like that. I like that for real. I like that. He has a different speed. You know what I'm saying? He has a different speed. I respect that shit, dog. Real talk. I respect it. That's why I support him, man. I do believe within my heart he's a better fighter. Hold on for a second. I'm busy up here looking at. I can tell you this. I'm reading shit that I posted on Facebook. Them people on Facebook, I'm gonna tell you. There's some people on Facebook that don't know the motherfucking thing about boxing, dog. You want to talk about follow the motherfucking leader? Man, them people on Facebook in them groups with all them admins, a lot of them admins, they just dare to support their fighter. That's why I don't really fuck with Facebook no more. I used to be on there just showing love to certain groups. That shit is worse than YouTube. Facebook is worse than YouTube, y'all. The good thing about when the narrative pushers, they can go from YouTube group conversations and they push that shit over here. I mean, for Facebook conversations over here to YouTube. I even have a Facebook group. I don't be on there going live. I don't never go live on that Facebook shit. Because a lot of people that's over there Some of them, a small percentage know about boxing, and a lot of them don't. They just drop in for the content and check out, flyers and posts that's on there and all the other shit. But you get some that all they do is argue over there on Facebook and they argue over here on YouTube. And they bring that rhetoric and agitprop shit over here to YouTube and say the same stuff. That same shit that Terrence Crawford don't do shit. When Floyd pulled Tank's arm in the Barrios fight, he could have gotten Tank DQ'd, but he know it would never happen. Yeah, man. I was sitting there watching that shit. Like, when I'm looking through my lens, right, I'm nosy on a lot of shit, right? I always pay attention to Floyd because I just want to, try to see what he has going on, what he's able to get away with. And the shit he was getting away with, Bruce, I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Like, no. I don't see any other person doing this right here. I don't see nobody else doing what Floyd's doing. When it's in between rounds and Calvin and Kenny up there, and Calvin's trying to give instruction and Floyd's over talking Calvin. Oh my God. I think that shit about to come to an end. Real talk. I think it's done. I think it's over. I ain't talking about Calvin and Kenny going anywhere. I think Gervonta with Mayweather Promotions is about to be over. Because Calvin and Kenny is family to Gervonta. They was with him from way, way back. He's not going to drop them off. Gervonta is not going to discard damn Calvin and Kenny. They've been with Gervonta when he was way high. When he was in the boxing game. When he used to be out there acting up. That's why you see Calvin Ford crying all the time. Because he treats Gervonta, he feels that deep, heartfelt, emotions for somebody like Gervonta because he's known him for so fucking long, dog. So when it comes to what we see out there playing out with Floyd over talking the corner and saying, hey, you behind on the scorecards. I want to be real with you. I don't want to be fake. I want to be real with you, man. You behind on the scorecards. I didn't see it that way. But Floyd thought it would be cool to tell Gervonta that. It's just all the way weird, dog. You don't see nobody else doing that shit in boxing. Having the leeway and the waiver like Floyd Mayweather do. You don't see it. I guess the women are getting ready to come up. Man, boxing a tough sport, man. Especially to date somebody in boxing. I couldn't do it, dog. I couldn't date a female to throw hands, dog, better than me. I couldn't. I just have to go in for the takedown and work on some submissions. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't do that shit. Bud was ahead when the stoppage happened. I read that. The cards were very consistent, though, which I was glad to see. I didn't see any funny business. For sure. Sometimes they get it right. Andrew, 2 of the judges gave Porter round 8. Man, look, I was just hoping that the shit didn't go to the damn final bell for many reasons. I was just hoping that it didn't go to the final bells because I didn't want them to try to rob Crawford and set up a different fight. Because think of it this way, and y'all know I'm telling the truth too. You know this is true. If Sean Porter would have motherfucking won that shit, Errol Spence would have had his ass up in the ring, and everybody would have been pushing for Errol Spence to fight Sean Porter right away. Everybody. Fight him right away. He already beat him. He can beat him again, even more now. Sean Porter would have had the momentum. Errol Spence would have hopped his ass in the ring. I just want to get on here and say, it's strap season, and I'm coming for that strap. And Terrence, I told you, Terrence, I would have beat you, but you didn't even wait around for me to beat you. You know what I'm saying? He would have had his ass up, and he would have been walking out the fucking arena. He would have had his ass in the ring if Sean Porter would have won. He would have been like, Kenny, we talked about this. Let's make this fight happen. He would have tried his best to scoop up that motherfucking belt and then go over there and fight Urdinas Ugas. Factual, period. That seems like that's interesting. Who knows what they would have looked like if the fight went the distance, man. I don't even want. Look, I don't even want to talk about that because that shit could have got wicked real quick, dog. Them Spence fans would have been on here clicking their heels, boy. See, we said Crawford wasn't shit. No, we ain't doing none of that. The way Crawford went in there and got the stoppage, that's what I think of him as a fighter. When it's time to him go ahead and seal and close the show, boom, he gets the shit done. For real, he gets the shit done. I see Spence fighting life and limb in some of these fights. He's supposed to be dominating. You know what they say about him not stopping Mikey Garcia? They say Mikey had good defense. Mikey is a seasoned vet in boxing. He had good defense. But Mikey outboxed him for 12 rounds. Okay. All right. Give Spence credit for outboxing Mikey for 12 rounds. Kudos to him. But the last time I checked, his hashtag is man down. Maybe he should just exclude the suffix and put up, man up, because a lot of his opponents are on their feet. Right? But the big lie is Top Rank wouldn't allow him in the ring. You gotta love the Spence delusions of Groovy. They did say that, Destiny, for real. They said that. They turned around and actually put up the biggest lie ever. Top Rank would not let Spence in the ring. Why not? If he was truly wanting to make that fight, he had no problem jumping his ass in the ring after the Porter fight. After Porter won the title, you didn't allow that man to celebrate comfortably and enjoy and soak in all the motherfucking glory. You dropped your ass in the ring. I just want to get in here. I had some Hennessy and shit. Sean Porter, you know what it is. It's strap season. You didn't even let that man just enjoy his championship glory, dog. And then Sean Porter get up there and say, yeah, I'll fight you next. Well, who did he fight next? You know who he fought. He didn't even fight Spence next, dog. This shit never stops. Who this heading out here? Jesus Christ. I don't want to make the wrong comment, but hold up. Who is this about to fight? Hell no. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't been paying attention. I've been doing this shit. Hell no. Let me see something right quick. Okay, Steve Rose is up. Hold on for a second, y'all. What are you talking about? What are you mad about? Let me see. What are you complaining about? What y'all think about this main event? You know, being the Marcus Brown, you know, he ain't a bad dude, man. I talked to him in person before. But how do you see him going in here against Artur Beterbiev? What do you see him? You think his chin is suspect? You think he can pull it out? What's the deal with that? You know what I'm saying? You know, with Pascal or whatever, He had some issues. Pascal, he ended up popping dirty and shit. They stripped him of the title. And we can't go back to know what his blood was like when he faced Marcus. But then you look at his fight with Badu Jack, which was a blood massacre. You know what I'm saying? They literally pulled that BS lie out their asses. No, it wasn't out their asses. They had that shit on the table already, dog. They gotta have backup plans, man, to just discount everything everything Crawford is doing, dog. And then when it comes to Spence, they got to come up with a damn plan BC. They got to have alibis up that motherfucker. Okay, Spence look up at the camera. He shakes his head. Boom. He walks out. You know what? What y'all think? We should say the ESPN? Okay, good. That sound. ESPN didn't allow him to come in the ring, man. Y'all know that, right? We need to hurry up and do some thumbnails on that shit. Get that shit out there quick as possible. ESPN denied him entry into the ring. Hurry up, y'all. Hurry up. Don't even go through the Photoshop shit and none of that. Just find a picture, post a thumbnail up there, hurry up and get this live pumping. Man down. The most popular nigga on planet Earth. God damn. Y'all can't come up here and get mad. Don't goddamn get mad at World Combat Sports, man. I'm just saying that was the way to end my year. Oh shit. L File player saying who the F is Destiny Black. I like the matchup first of all. She said, "What up, L File player?" L File player on deck. Salute to you, man. I think this would be a better match than people anticipate. Yeah, I think the Marcus Brown, but Turbiev, he gonna have to step up, man. We anxious to just see somebody in there with the likes of Marcus Brown. Marcus, he really feels he can go in there and beat Peterbiev, man. That would be, you talking about a highlight in career. God damn. Marcus Brown stepping up and getting this victory? Yeah, for sure. Peterbiev, one of the few foreign fighters that interests me, but I want to see Brown make something happen. I agree, bro. He interests me too, man. Like he has this stoic type demeanor, like, people not calling him a bum. They consider him a tough opposition. You know what I'm saying? They don't when they mention Artur Beterbiev, they don't consider him no slouch. So I'm just curious if Market Brown can keep it together. Don't get caught with no crazy shit. Don't get broken down. Fight a smart fight. We'll see it play out, man. We're gonna see it play out. Not too long from now. We're gonna see the shit play out. Someone heard Bo Mac whisper, Errol wasn't allowed in the ring. Cut a video ASAP. For real, dog. Did y'all get that? look, L File player. I even heard that on a live, right? They say, oh, Bo Mac, he even said that Errol Spence wasn't allowed. Man, come on, bro. Errol Spence was telling people that he was going up there and he's going to see what Terrence Crawford had to say. He was letting people know, just like Kambosos was, he was letting people know he was going to be in the building. That's after he said he's not going to attend any of Terrence Crawford fights. He shows up there and he's sitting there. And I know Correa was mad because the dude that was up there beside him looked just like Correa. Yeah, I know I ain't bullshit neither. My fault. I had to step away. Let me break something down to you for those of you still here, right? Coming up in 2022, we may potentially see a transition going on with the promotions. There's a lot of turmoil and behind the scenes stuff that's going on with PBC Showtime. 12/17, 2021. I'm telling you that there's some transitions that's going to take place. There's some things behind the scene that I could say, but I'm not going to say because I'm not. It's not a good time during the holiday to put it out. I gotta wait till it get closer. The events and circumstances get a little bit closer, come 22. But there's gonna be a lot of transitions going on with Gervonta Davis, especially with this process of his contractual conclusion with Mayweather Promotions. We know that Gervonta Davis is pretty much the star pupil for Mayweather Promotions. So when it comes down to him fighting his final fight on the contract, man, I'm telling you, there's a lot that's going on now. There's a lot that's going on over there at PBC. I was sitting up there looking at the Charlos and how they always flun and looking at their materials. All them fighters is, always say that they getting paid well and all that. I'm telling you, people, stay tuned. 2022, some shit popping off. We might see a change. We might see a transition pop off. Crazy that's going on. Gervonta Davis, man, he about to change levels. For real. Gervonta's about to change levels, man. You have no idea the chaos and turmoil that's going on internal to the PVC. I'm going to leave it at that for right now because I just don't want to put it out there too far ahead. And I don't care what other people that's out there. And I'm not going off, like, hey, shout out once again to Fred. Fred did a video pretty much, speaking on a similar situation. I'm just speaking on what I know. But if you want to hear more in depth, just go over there to the barbershop. He kind of mentioned some stuff that was going on with the PBC. But I got my information. I know my information just like he learned his information. I've been known about it. I just don't speak into it like that because I'm still attending fights. People do tune into YouTube for whatever reason. And the people that's talking to me about it in confidence, it's not for me to go out here and speak on it. I know Fred's in a different depth of field than I am. He's been knowing certain people with that promotion for quite some time. So he's privy to talk about it, man. And a lot of shit he's saying was absolutely right now. It's about to be a shakeup real soon, dog. Y'all pay attention. It's about to be a shakeup over there at PBC, dog. Izzy versus Whitaker 2. I like that fight. Why the hell Hoover up here? Hoover up here bringing up freaking Izzy versus Whitaker. This is not even damn freaking MMA damn live today. You know what I'm saying? But give another shout out to Destiny Black for shutting down the block the other night. This is the freaking live thumbnail that I did. You know what I'm saying? And it just basically was talking about her responses. And though people may not think it's a big deal, to me, on how much I frequent the YouTube community, it was a big deal in my, space, in my space, right? Going back to the old social media, in my space, it was a big deal because sometimes when males say some shit like that or whatever, it's just overlooked. It's so much testosterone. It's so much reactive time already built up. You know what I'm saying? People don't look. You got too many people that's there just waiting to fire off. But when you shut down the room and you're a woman, sometimes men that do this on a regularity don't want to hear that shit. They don't want to hear shit was shut down like that. I felt it was shut down because what the retort was, it couldn't have warranted any other factual resources to back it up. So it was only one way you can respond. You can respond impulsively or you can respond with facts. So knowing that you can respond with facts, because butts in the seats mean absolutely shit in this particular case, and they're not fact checked unless they're breaking records, was solid. It was solid, bro. That's all. It was solid shit, bro. It was solid. And her saying that Errol Spence is Mr. Popularity, we know he's Mr. Popularity. He's the most popular nigga on planet Earth. I mean, that shit was hilarious, dog. I ain't gonna lie, it was hilarious, man. I know niggas gonna be upset, but it was hilarious. It's still funny today. I ain't gonna lie. That shit was hilarious, man. And every now I'm gonna be petty about it too. Real talk. When they be trying to, they're gonna wait till I jump on the panel and try to come hard, y'all. Oh, now he come back on the panel. I'll say, listen, don't let me make that phone call. Don't let me goddamn give you that screen record, dog. Shit, don't do it, dog. Don't let me play that screen record on you, man. Man, but anyway, the Free Hoover, you talking about Izzy Whitaker, I think it's a good fight, man. Real talk. I'm up here looking at 3 different things. I'm looking at Creed again. I'm looking at, nice one, too. He hurt him. Rose hurt him, man. He got to watch out for that overhand right. Sneaky. Looking at the belt line and come over the top. I like that. That was very smooth. Shit was hilarious. That's fact, as they say. It was, man. That shit was hilarious, dog. They just hated because it was a woman that did it. That's all. Seriously. And the day she got kicked off the panel for them just over talking people. Hey, sometimes it gets like that, dog. Don't let them get a word in, dog. Oh, don't let them get a word in, man. That's why I don't do these panels all the time, because sometimes you got to pick up your tone. Sometimes you got to argue. It turns from a debate and to all out arguing. You know what I'm saying? Obscenities being passed and all that. I can take it. It's all good. Not the threats. You know what I'm saying? Not motherfucking bullying. Not niggas thinking that social media is a lot more than what it's supposed to be. No, none of that shit, dog. Don't do that. But if you just talk about boxing, we good. You don't have to like me. It's all good. So a lot of niggas don't like me. I don't lose no sleep over it, dog. I don't lose no motherfucking sleep over it. Y'all niggas ain't paying my bills. Y'all ain't doing shit. I know the cool ones. I know the ones that straight up haters that be talking that shit behind the scenes. It's all good. But I want to see this motherfucking Marcus Brown fight, man. I wish. He got the women coming up next. He hurt him bad. Good chin, though. Good chin. Rose trying to do that damn Philly shell. It looks like his power is solid, though. When he starts saying, you right, I knew he perturbed a bit. Yeah, shout out to my boy Keon, man. Man, Keon know what he did. He did me the same way. He took some shit off my live before. I mean, I know he one person that ain't taking this shit personal, for real. That's what I know. Shout out to Everything Boxing Sports. Be sure to subscribe to him and Knockout Boxing 86 TV. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, bro. I just know the fire department, it wasn't needed. Just the hazmat team, goddammit. The hazmat team was needed over that motherfucking dog. What is your emergency? We have an engulf panel discussion here on YouTube. So is it a unit? No, it's a panel. It's on fire, ablaze. How many people are inside? I don't know. The last time I checked was like 3, 4. Shit, man. That shit was hilarious, dog. Some people ain't gonna get it, man. Some people ain't gonna get it, but you just have to watch the shit, man. Look at the reaction time. That's all. Look at the rise and inflection of the voice when Coach said, "I can tell you one thing, Spence put more butts in the seats than Terrence." See? Oh my god. Oh my god, dog. Here we go talk about this shit. See, that's why I don't like talking about this shit. Anyway, man, I'm gonna let that shit ride, dog. I don't want no motherfuckers goddamn trying to shut me down in this month. Yeah, Keon cool, man. Keon cool. But everybody, don't like to have that shit mentioned, man. They'll do the shit on me like I don't know. I know a lot of shit that go on behind the scenes about World Combat Sports. It's all good. You talk your shit, bro. But know this. Don't be mad when I'm talking mine. Don't be mad because I'm highlighting what happened over there. Don't be mad, Shawty. Don't be mad at all, man. Give her her flowers. She blew y'all spot out, dog. She blew it up, dog. She blew the shit up. But I keep on talking past Free Hoover. Free Hoover, I'm looking forward to that fight, man. Real talk. Because Izzy's only loss came to Warren Blachowicz. So I'm looking forward to that shit. I'm looking forward to that, man. I hope he ain't injured. I hope Robert Whittaker's still good. And it's a more competitive fight than the first time. I think Robert had a lot of shit going on personally that he don't like to talk about. It kind of came out in the aftermath. But Izzy can be beat. I'm not sure how much Robert Whittaker can take over the fight at 185. But we will see, man. We will see. I wish him nothing but the best, dog. I'm not going against Izzy either. I just think he do some suspect shit all the time. That's what kind of, have me going towards Robert Whittaker. I'm just being honest. Like the shit he did to Paulo Costa, act like he was, damn hunching him from behind, doing that damn homo shit. And then what did he do on he did something to somebody else. He just be doing some suspect stuff, man. Like he showed that video of him holding his dog's goddamn sack or whatever. I don't know. He just be doing some crazy shit. Suspect type shit, dog. I didn't agree. I ain't agree with none of that. Robert Whittaker, on the other hand, he's gonna have to bring it. Hopefully his knee is healed up. And it's a damn good fight. What y'all think about Dustin Poirier? Dustin Poirier loses again to Charles Oliveira, man. Well, I say loses again, man. He had another opportunity at the championship, and it goes downhill again. I don't know what to say about Dustin. Maybe he should leave Maybe he should either go at the 170 welterweight or leave and go to another organization. Period. Are y'all gonna be paying attention? What do you think about Joseph Parker? Joseph Parker weighing in at like 252, the heaviest he's been, and Derek Chisora, he's weighing in at like 248. Like, what is going on here? Like, do you think that weight is gonna serve Joseph Parker? Is it good weight, solid weight? Because you're going in there with war. You're going up there. Derek Chisora is a different type of dude. Man, I've been on here for 3 hours, man. God damn. But hey, man, it's been cool, man. Shout out to everyone who pulled up for real. Y'all have a wonderful damn weekend. I'll be back on here probably tomorrow anyway. Because we got a fight card that's popping off. But man, appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. It's all love. Damn good responses to the damn the topic. You know what I'm saying? Whenever there's an aerospin Terrence Crawford topic, is always going to bring in the good and the bad. But my point is, I'm not trying to bring in the bad. I just want to have some conducive topics. I mean, conversation with boxing fans and take it from there. That's all. You know, that's all, man. I mean, I just maybe sometime in the near future we'll get this fight. When it comes down to it, remember, it's not a popularity contest, y'all. When you talk about butts in the seats, not a popularity contest. Get that shit out your head and off your tongue. We tired of hearing it. You know what I'm saying? We know he the most popular nigga on planet fucking Earth, dog. We know that. So when you start talking about popular nigga shit, we're going to respond the way we do. You know what I'm saying? We're going to respond the way we do, period. Nobody want to answer 25,000 questions about technique. Nigga, we want to talk about what? The fight going on. How can we make this fight happen? None of that other shit. Andrew say, I'll ride with Chisora on this one. I hope so. Chisora just be losing his fucking mind sometime, dog. Man, y'all hold the fuck down, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Turn up and tune in to World Combat Sports, man.